Uh, why do I look so angry? My apologies. Let me fix that. There, finally a neutral expression. So, I'm gonna be honest, I can't hear anything? Wait, that's so weird. Usually I'm able to hear my BGM or something. But at the moment, I can't hear anything. Oh my gosh. Ah. Let me just unplug this. I hope I didn't break anything. Unplugging that. Replugging this. Nope, I just can't hear anything today. Huh, that's odd. But I could tell from, what's it called? The audio that clearly noise is happening. So maybe I'm going audioless and you guys are hearing the wonderful music or BGM that's playing, and I have no idea what's happening. But, yeah. What do we do again? Oh, yeah. Hello, my name is Amy Ames, and today we're playing Our Life Beginning and Always, like always, because I just am so interested in Cove, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I hope I'm able to hear the music when we are playing the, what's it called? Yeah, Our Life and stuff. Let me go boot that up. Oh my gosh, I've been having so many computer problems lately. Like yesterday, I couldn't even type on my keyboard, and apparently I accidentally hit Alt or something, and made it like, I don't know, silent. Let's see what happens. Where's my volumes going and stuff? It clearly says a Yeti mic studio. I mean, not studio. Yeti microphone. Did my earphones finally break? Oh my gosh, these are like an awful, like extremely old, getting, I don't know, how do I say? They're just old. Maybe I accidentally broke it or stepped on it and I didn't pay attention. The game looks fine back there. And I can't hear anything. This is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna try something risky, and I'm gonna actually, is it this? I'm gonna unplug my microphone and see if I replug it, if that helps. That was it. That was it. I just need to replug it. Oh my gosh, wait, dang. I'm smart. Okay, maybe I'm not smart, but like, I troubleshooted that. So let's go on to Our Life. But yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. I clearly hear my voice. I see the audio clearly going up, and I think we could continue on. Guys, I woke up way too late. I woke up like, what the time is it? Oh my gosh. I woke up like 20 minutes ago. It's awful. My sleeping schedule keeps getting awfuler and awfuler each day. Ah. But anyways, yeah, let's play the road trip segment. We're gonna finally get out of our like what, middle school years and become a high schooler next. So let's see what happens. Even though you're awake and the sun barely peeked its head above the horizon and the sky above was still dark, though lightening by the minute. Usually you won't be up so early, especially during summer vacation, but today was different. Today, instead of the lazy days you're used to, everything around you was a flurry of activity as both your family and Coves prepared for what laid ahead. I'm assuming we're gonna do a road trip. Wait, whose van are we, like RV are we using? Because parked in the street just outside your house was a massive RV camper, so big you couldn't even see Cove's house behind it. Dang, that is pretty big. Wait, today's Wednesday, right? I need to check, because it'd be pretty awkward if I just streamed and it wasn't even the day I usually stream at. I don't know, time is eluding me. I'm going delusional, it's awful. His parents had rented the RV for a few days to take him on a short road trip to see the Redwood National Park. You glance at Cove, standing nearby taking in the scene in front of him. I feel like my mic's a bit too far today. I don't know if that's helping. Oh, now it's a bit too close. I don't know. Okay, so like how I set it up is I lay on the floor, I put my laptop on the floor, and I bring my mic with me. So like each time I take out my mics and plug it in, it's in a slightly different position, so I don't know what's going on. You glance at Cove, who was standing nearby, taking in the scene in front of him. The prospect of the trip had to be a mixed bag for him, but it was only 3 days, so it seemed he was dealing with it as best he could. Aw, poor Cove. Especially now that you and your family were joining them. It's okay, we're gonna be the glue, we're gonna make everything better, and you don't have to worry about a single thing, Cove. You weren't sure how exactly it had happened. You knew your parents and Cove spoke to each other often, and somewhere along the way, plans were made after Cliff offered to share the space. Okay, let's move it like that. Okay. The parents all thought it was a fantastic idea. You had already gotten a good look inside while helping to load everything, and you had to admit that while it was a really big car, fitting that many people inside was going to be a snug fit. So we have what? 3 from Cove's side, like his family. 4 from ours. 7 people in an RV. Yeah, that is quite the tight fit.
Let's go.
Move it or lose it, kiddo. Mom bustled past with a cooler in one hand and a large bottle of water under the other. She was upbeat for this early in the morning. It's in the morning? It's not night? Dang, we're tired. This is like, what, 5 a.m.? Oh my gosh. Our ma is still in her pajamas. Ma, however, seemed to be on the other side of the wavelength. She followed behind her wife, dragging her feet on every step. I'm going to need a whole jug of coffee once we hit the road. You could relate to Ma, it was way too early. First you were as raring to go as your mom. You felt you were a middle ground between the two. I'm still sleepy. Oh, excuse me, my apologies. Heck, I'm sleepy and it's the middle of the day for me. You yawned and rubbed at your eyes, still sleepy from the early morning wake-up call. The air outside was still damp from dew, and that helped make you a bit more alert. And then at the top of the chain came your sister. She had a bone to pick before the trip officially started. Her rattling off critiques added some level of normalcy to everything new going on.
Ugh.
I don't get why I can't sleep in the bed tonight. Amy is the youngest, and I'll never fall asleep in that loaf. We're trying to make things fair on everyone. If you want to play the older card, you should be offering to take the loaf both nights. It's important for big siblings to make sacrifices for their younger ones. No, I'm taking the bed. Because I have a sibling, and I'll say me and my sibling usually share. But if we were given the option, I don't know, would I throw her under the bus and use the better accommodation? Elizabeth huffed, not happy with that answer in the slightest, and folded her arms, leaning back against the side of the RV. The trip plans had been nailed down prior, the sleeping arrangements included. Elizabeth still held on to her objections with them. There was a main area of the RV with a couch, loaf, and some floor space. At the end of the car was a room with a large bed. Your moms were sharing the bed. Kira was on the couch, and father and son intended to sleep on the floor. Oh my god, poor Cove. Poor Cove. The results determined you and Elizabeth would switch between the small loaf above the driver's seat and sharing the bed with moms. I'm not fine. I am not fine. I have to defend my man. It's unfair that he gets to sleep on the floor. After all, it was supposed to be a trip for him and his family before yours ended up coming along too. Now he had to be kicked out of every bed-like space they put on the floor. Oh my gosh, poor Cove. There had to be another way to organize things so it was better for him. Wait, come on. You suggested sharing the loaf with Cove? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is like, I don't know what base this is, but this is very, very advanced. Because sharing a bed, sharing a bed is like, I don't know, one of the most romantic things, I think. I don't know, it depends on the space. Because sometimes, if you're in a small space, it could be quite troublesome. Cove and I could share the loaf when I'm up there. Blah. Cove and I could share the loaf when I'm up there. I don't mind making room for him. Are you too blushy about it? You took a glance over at Cove and noticed that he wouldn't meet your eye in return. He wasn't able to say anything in response to the suggestion either.
No.
That's funny. No, that loaf is too tiny for 2 people, even if those people are teens. The last thing we need is one of you rolling off and crushing poor Cliff beneath you, who will take over his driving shifts. That's funny. Like, you roll off and you just crush Cove's dad. The 3 other parents all laughed at your mom's joke. You finally caught Cove's eye, and he gave you a tiny smile before shrugging. With a sigh, you had to admit defeat. Alright, you lot, does everyone have everything they need? A new bed, and like, just fit an entire bed in the RV, just another one. We're heading out in 5 minutes, now's the time to double check. You don't want to forget something important. Wait a minute, Cove, you have your fish. Who's gonna take care of them while you're away? Are you gonna kill Amy or Sauce Jr.? At the word, Elizabeth yelped and dashed back into the house, her bedhead hair bouncing behind her as she went. Ma came over and gave you a smile, setting her hands on her hips. How about you, Amy? Do you have all your clothes packed? Toiletries, deodorant, floss, anything else you can think of? I don't know. You aren't 8 years old anymore. You're 13 and more than capable of remembering what to bring on the trip. Oh, I thought that meant like as in the context of, I don't know. We're just winging it. But yeah. Alright. I like to fuss. Ma laughed softly and ruffled your hair before she walked off. With a few minutes left to spare before leaving, you mentally went over what you had packed for the trip. Clothes, a pillow and blanket, and usual day-to-day gear for most people. I have my pillow and blanket right here packed with me. You also had more personal things such as... Oh yes, a stuffed animal, I need that. Without fail, it always made you more comfortable whenever you went somewhere new. It's like taking a little piece of home away with you. Let's see, a portable game console, definitely. Gotta play like what, my DS while we're on here? The drive to the Redwood National Park would take an entire day one way, so you want to make sure you had a way to entertain yourself while traveling there and back. Pencil and paper, I like drawing. You had to be prepared in case you saw something to sketch at the park, or if you had to write anything down, or if you needed to pass time just doodling. Definitely some music. With so much time going to be spent driving in a car, you wanted to make sure you'd be able to have some music to put on. And let's see. And I think that's it. I'm not really a makeup person. I don't know. Throwing a ball in an RV sounds dangerous. What if I just throw the ball, hit Cliff, and we all crash? I don't really take photos, and I don't want to read. But I definitely know how to read. And that was everything. Hey, let me take that for you, Amy. I'll sew it in the RV. There's a few spots left ill-fit. You let Kira take your bag and gave her a grateful smile. With nothing left to do, you watched the others getting ready for the trip. Kira and Cliff seemed to have the most energy of anyone. They were finishing packing the suitcases away while your moms had gone to lock up the house. They high-fived whenever another one got crammed into the storage compartment of the vehicle. Even though your own parents were more low-key than Cove's, you could tell they were both excited for the trip. It had been a while since your family had been anywhere together. Elizabeth skipped towards RV, a bag slung over her shoulder, and you're surprised to see she seemed more optimistic about the whole ordeal now. Usually she wasn't one to exit the confines of her room unless it was for TV or food, or to leave her family behind to be with friends. You would have thought 3 whole days packed in an RV with 6 others would be too much for her, but it was a nice surprise. You suppose any vacation was better than no vacation in her mind. Cove had been pretty quiet so far, and more than anything, seemed to be overwhelmed by the situation. Am I excited? Am I not excited? Am I eager to get to the destination, curious about the RV, or didn't feel much either about the plans? I don't know. Honestly, I would absolutely hate a trip like this because no privacy, no, I just like staying home. I don't want to leave the comforts of my house. Oh. Sorry, a notification popped up and I wanted to see, did that appear on the stream or not? But I'll say, I'm curious about the RV. Just curious. You never stayed overnight in one before, and wanted to know what it'd be like. I hope no one gets sick. I feel like most people get sick when something big happens. Soon the miscellaneous remaining tasks had all been wrapped up. Everyone piled into the RV. It's usually time for the trip to start. And it did. Cliff took the first shift driving. He cautiously navigated the massive car out of the narrow neighborhood streets. It was touch and go for the first part of the journey. Your moms and Kira were all huddled at the front, trying to get a view of how much space they had on each side. Oh, welcome in, Tony. Hope you have a good grocery run and get some yummy food. There was a sense of relief when the first long leg of the trip was hit, and the RV would only need to go down one stretch of highway for miles. The mom group cleared out of the driver's area, leaving Cove's dad to it, taking more comfortable seats around the main cabin. You felt like you could finally relax now too. Time slipped by as morning faded away. Before you realized it, the engine— I haven't seen Cove's portrait at all. Cove, where are you? Don't tell me you left Cove. Before you realized it, the engine of the RV came to a stop, but only halted for a few moments as Cliff climbed out front of the driver's seat and Mom took over. Mom was sitting shotgun, giving Mom a quick tutorial on the controls, as if it was her first time driving anything this large. Cliff groaned as he headed towards the rest of you, stretching his arms above his head and loosening up his muscles. Yeah, he's probably tired. I mean, I can't drive, so I wouldn't know, but driving for hours while sitting in one place must be very taxing. We're making good progress. I just realized this is I think in a time before phones had I don't know, did they have GPS? Or did they use maps purely? Because nowadays, you just put GPS on your phone and just follow it. But I feel like there's a bit more strategy to it now. I mean, to back then. Yeah, maybe you should take a nap in the back for a while. That was a long haul you just did, and I know you're on less sleep than usual. Cliff waved a hand, that trademark grin of his slipping into place.
Nah.
I don't need sleep. I've still got a few miles in the old tank. He flexed an arm, showing off his muscles to drive the point about how resilient he was home, and Kira rolled her eyes in amusement. Dad, everybody has to sleep. Cove, where are you? Are you behind your mom? Cove shook his head at the tough guy act, though Cliff simply chuckled and ruffled his son's hair. The math. I don't know, is it the good old days? Because I feel like if you screw up on a map, you didn't quite know where you were.
So?
Are you going to be driving again anytime soon, Mr. Holden? I want to know so I can prepare. Did anyone pack some rope? I might need it. There's no seatbelts up here. Oh my gosh. Elizabeth called down from where she was lounging in the loaf above the driving compartment. She was laying on her back, her hair falling over the side and swinging around as the RV started up again and took off the down road. A bag of potato chips were balanced on Elizabeth's stomach, and she tossed a couple in her mouth right as Cliff held a hand to his chest, pretending to be offended by the remark. Kira laughed lightheartedly.
Don't worry about that.
Lucky for all of us, we have enough adults to cover the shifts today. He won't be driving again until tomorrow. That's a relief. I feel like he would be wounded if I said that, but let's check out the other options. You stayed quiet, you shook your head at the ribbing. Just enough time to write up my last will and testament. That's even worse. We shouldn't be ganging up on the poor guy. It's not his driving I'm worried about. I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem like we had any trouble when he was driving. I don't want to do... let's see. Let's just do That's a Relief. Because this is way worse than That's a Relief. Not... Oh, frick. Not you two. You wiped imaginary sweat off your brow. And the rest of the group laughed while Cliff pouted. Mom then shouted back in her seat to join in the conversation, a playful smile tilting her lips. What I'm more worried about is this old monster getting us there and back again before falling apart. It looks as though it was built in the early 90s. It must be older than some of the occupants. I don't think the early 90s is that old. That's just the aesthetic of the decor. It's not that old. I think. Did you ask what year the model of the car was before you rented it? Oh, it's just a rental? Oh my gosh. Please don't fall apart on us. Are we getting stranded? Kira wrinkled her nose and thought.
Hey!
What do you mean you don't remember? Yes, I did. I just can't remember what the answer was. Cliff chuckled at her while the rest of you let out a collective sigh. The RV lurched a little as it picked up speed, and you held onto the ladder to the loaf to keep your balance. You felt something graze the top of your head before a weight settled on your white hair. Oh? When you tilted your chin up carefully to look, you heard the rustling of the bag of chips and realized Elizabeth had rested the end of it, the bit on your head. So it's an empty bag or like a full bag? Because if it's empty, then you're treating me like a trash can. She gestured to the opening, suddenly offered to share a snack. Okay, thank you. Yes, a handful. I love chips. Reaching up to scoop up some chips, after that, the weight of the packet left your scalp. You happily munched away as the conversation continued on, and you got closer and closer to your destination. I don't know, I honestly wouldn't be excited. I mean, maybe the RV part is cool. I mean, you're right. It is kind of old, present day. However, I believe this game takes place in 2000s, 2010, oh wait, actually a 20-year car is still old. A 10-year car is still old. Oh man, dang, I feel old. I don't know. I mean, I know this game takes place definitely on 2020. So I'm thinking 2000s or 2010s-ish. Yeah, definitely 2000s. I think? I don't know. But earlier than definitely 2020. So, but yeah, you're right. 30 years is still a lot. I don't know. For a car, I don't drive, so I don't really know much about cars. But I guess you're right. 30 years is still quite a lot. The day flew by with the group of you chatting, playing games and passing the time together before finally arriving at the park and setting up for the night. Ma was closing the windows while everyone got ready for bed, saying goodnight to the others as she made her way to the back room. Cove, get in the loaf with me, we're sleeping together. You all had dinner together while still driving, and some hours after had arrived at your destination and found a spot to park in for the rest of your stay. Giving a look across the front of the RV, you notice almost everyone there was already dozing off where they were, with Cove having completely fallen asleep curled up in the passenger seat. No! He's already fell asleep, and we can't sleep with him. I don't know, I always feel old. As I grow older, it makes me feel old. I don't know, maybe it's because I see the existence of young people makes me feel old. Oh my god, that's like such a weird sentence to say. He must have done so while Kira was driving the last leg, and they had decided not to disturb him. Kira herself was the only one up there. Let's see. Kira herself was the only one up there who was still awake, flipping through a magazine next to the portable light from her spot on the couch. It seemed Mr. Holden needed to sleep despite his claims. I mean, it still looks pretty bright. Like, in the car, obviously. You followed your moms into the back room and closed the door behind you before crawling onto the bed between them. It was a queen-size bed, so there was enough space for the three of you, together without too much squishing.
Good night.
Get a good rest, Amy. We got a big day ahead of us tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
I'm looking forward to the bushwalk in the morning. It's been a long time since I was out in nature like this. There'll be plenty for us to see. You stayed awake for a little while longer while your moms whispered about the park and forests in general. With the sound of their voices in the background, eventually you nodded off to sleep. And everything turned red. The next morning, you're up bright and early, preparing for the day ahead. Usually when I sleep in a place that isn't my room, or like I don't know, an hotel, or camping, it's usually a decent sleep. I mean, definitely not well, but I feel like usually I get some hours. It was nothing compared to your bed at home, but at least you didn't have to sleep on the floor, so you couldn't complain too much. Ma whined a bit about the firmness of the mattress, but Mom had only encouraged her to enjoy the trip while she could. While looking for a spot to get ready, you had some trouble finding a space of your own, as others were doing the same. Cove was perched on top of the counter, brushing his hair and tucking up his legs every time someone wanted to move past. The parents were checking, double-checking, and triple-checking that you had everything, to the point where you had to stop listening to them altogether. You know you wouldn't be returning to the RV at all that day, but by the look of the backpacks that were packed up and ready to go, you doubted anything was missing from them. Oh, so are we also camping too? It's trees! Look how big this tree is. Since this is like the redwood park, I think these might be sequoias or redwood trees. It didn't take much longer until you all exited the RV in a bustle and headed into the Redwood National Park.
Wow.
Looking good, Cove. Cove had his head tilted up towards the canopy of trees, his eyes wide as he took in the massive trunks on either side of you. You knew that the redwood trees here were considered the tallest trees on Earth, but you weren't prepared for exactly how huge they would be in person.
Come on.
Smile, you two. You spun just in time for Kira to snap a picture of you and Cove together, before she pointed her camera at Cliff, trying to get a shot despite his weak protest that she should just enjoy the moment. Your parents were walking behind the group a little, with Mom telling Ma some info she had read about the park in a brochure. Ma listened happily while looking around and taking in the sights, every now and then asking a question or making a joke about something Mom had said. You smiled at them, thinking your mom must have read a lot of pamphlets to know so much about the park. Maybe you should come and work here as a tour guide. You know, if you know so much about the place. Elizabeth teased, earning a squeeze on the nose for your mom. She had seemed to be enjoying herself, but you thought that might just be because she was amused by everyone else's reaction. Okay, so you're in all of the redwoods? Fascinated by the sensations around you, in a good mood, weren't as impressed as others. You're embarrassed that the adults were being so touristy. I don't know. To be honest, If I'm visiting a park, I'm not impressed. They're just trees. Big trees? Yes. But just trees. The only thing you could see for miles around were bigger than usual trees. You didn't understand what was so great about the place. The adults had decided on some casual nature walks rather than any serious hiking, and you stroll along at your own pace, taking in the scenery. Elizabeth sped up a little, smirking at Cove as she fell into place between the two of you, and immediately you could tell by her expression she was going to say something taunting. Oh no. Elizabeth, please. I can't believe our families are actually on vacation together. She threw her arms out, speaking with a genuine sense of bewilderment. I would have joked about something like this happening, but now I'm not sure I would want to give them any more ideas. Cole smiled at her even if it was a little awkward, and continued walking along. Just watch. Next year, they'll be talking about their next new amazing idea. She put on a fake voice deeper than her own. We should just sell both our houses and move in together. Think of how much we'd save on the mortgage. We just become a family. It was clear that Elizabeth was being sarcastic. Cole simply shook his head, not really bothered by her. You suppose he was used to it by this point. But seriously, they really do act like we're a single family, just because we live across the street from each other. Elizabeth gave you and Cove a look, her eyes glinting with mischief as she leered at you. Elizabeth, don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me for Cove.
Yeah.
No! I mean, yes. I mean, maybe? I mean, I hope so. Maybe one day we will be related legally anyway. I mean, marriage. I'm working on it, Elizabeth. It's gonna be a while. We're still kids. Oh, sorry. She said it as though she was a gossipy old lady. But she almost immediately dropped the tone and nonchalantly said her real thoughts. At least that's what Ma thinks. Cole still blushed, which made Elizabeth smile triumphantly, as though that was her whole purpose for teasing him. Pat Cove. I live with this. Oh my god, I just realized. I'm looking over at the screen and I realized that my model covers Elizabeth and then chat covers her too. Then he mumbled quietly, refusing to make eye contact with either of you. No, Cove, no! I don't know why you think you're so funny when no one else does. Yes, I'll marry you, Cove. It's okay. I'll marry you. He looked at you in disbelief. He genuinely could not believe this is where the conversation had gone. Yeah, I mean, we're almost there. What? We're like 13. 5 more years in game. I expect you to give me an answer sooner or later. Please just answer the question, Cove. Cove frowned and reddened harder, but pretended to ignore what you were saying. Your sister knows what was happening. Cove, why are you ignoring my advances? In the future, we're planning out. Sure, 5 years too early, but like, you can't be too, you can't be too, what's it called? You can't be too early. Oh, he isn't going to engage with this topic. Oh my gosh. He groaned at the continued teasing and increased the speed of his walk. The day continued on with plenty to see and experience. You passed a few different... Yeah, me and Cove is the only one that matters. You passed a few different activities that you would have liked to try out if you had time, such as kayaking and rock climbing, but Ma said that would have to wait for another trip. There was a little stream during the walk that you sat beside and set out a picnic for lunch, nibbling on a selection of fruit, sandwiches, and chips. Various birds flew by overhead, and you made a game out of guessing the species that were hanging out in the trees nearby. You even managed to get a couple of them right, including the kingfisher that grabbed half a Cliff sandwich. Oh, poor sandwich. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like a day trip isn't really worth it, honestly. Uh, you thought the long trip wasn't worth only one day trip. Day here. I agree. But you're glad you got to do this in the end. I don't know. I mean, I did get to have that talk with Cove about getting married, so that's nice. You know this one. What you saw today was only a fraction of what the park had. What the park offered, and you wondered why Cove's parents hadn't planned a longer trip. I mean, I guess it makes sense. For example, if the day we left was on Friday, then we're spending Saturday, and then we go back Sunday. I mean, I'm sure our parents have work, so that's probably why. You sighed quietly to yourself, wondering if you'd get the chance to come back. Your group made it back to camp just as the sun was setting in the sky, and the stars were appearing one by one. Everyone had enjoyed different parts of it most. You traded stories of what you thought while you were eating dinner, then afterwards you pitched in to help clean up. You, along with Elizabeth and Cove, got to head back to the RV early and spend some time together while the parents stayed outside longer. It was nice to have the space to yourself after the cramped journey there, and while Elizabeth had locked herself in the back room with her headphones, you and Cove were left in the main lounge area. Cove. Hang out with Cove, duh. Well, let's take a load off. We got some time. He took a seat on the sofa while Cove sat down on the other end, tapping his fingers against his knees. Your cheeks warmed a little at that. Being close to him never failed to feel exciting. You've seen Cove nearly every day for the past 5 years, but seeing him in a jacket was still somewhat unusual. In Southern California, he could get away with that. It was a simple difference from his normal style. Yet, you couldn't help notice the way he looked right now. It looked great on him. In fact, Cove always looked nice. I mean, yeah, he's Cove. When Cove cleared his throat, your eyes snapped to his. He had an eyebrow raised and had clearly caught you staring at him.
What?
Is everything okay? No, I'm just staring at your handsome face. Let's see, you avert your eyes from him. Don't worry about it. You just look so good right now. Yeah, everything is really good. Bro, you just look good right now. Ko immediately blushed at the unexpected compliment. What? What? I didn't say that. He didn't say anything more than that one-word question. You decided to elaborate further. You know, I hardly ever see you wearing a jacket, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like wearing as few layers as possible. It's easier that way. I'd rather be cold than extra hot. It's kind of a pain to carry extra clothes around. My parents made me bring this jacket. Let me think. When I wear clothes, do I wear tons of layers or not a lot of layers? I don't know. I guess I don't wear a lot of layers because I get too hot too easily. They're bulky and heavy, and they usually make me feel too warm. Ko smiled lightly at you and nodded. I've noticed. You perked up hearing that. He noticed you too? He noticed? Let's see. I get too cold too easily. I mean, in the winter, definitely, I would relate to that. But like, usually where I live, we have like pretty good weather all the time. So like, usually like when it's raining or something is when it gets like really cold. Then I'm like, dang, I have to slap on the jacket. You changed the subject, or you asked what he liked to see others wear. Oh yeah, sure. So, what type of clothes or accessories do you like to see on somebody other than you? That's such a weird question. Ko's eyes widened at this question, and his defensive reply seemed to slip out before he had the chance to have a proper think about it. Nothing? You like seeing people naked? Dang, Cove. Dang, I didn't think you were that forward. Guys, I guess I know I go where next time. That was funny. A snort of laughter escaped you, and even though Cove's face flushed red, you see the hint of a smile on his lips too.
Come on.
Come on, that's not what I meant. Are you sure you didn't mean nudity? You composed yourself and sat up straighter, all traces of laughter disappearing from your face. I'm sure he's joking. Answer with what you do mean then. Isn't there anything at all you think looks good when you see it on someone? Cove mumbled under his breath, and you couldn't quite catch the words. He was having a difficult time with the subject. I want to know what he likes so I could like next time wear something, so. Let's see. I won't make fun of you. I won't make fun of you, whatever answer you give me, bro. A nudist beach, huh? I don't know, I feel like nudist beach feels like so awkward though. Everyone naked. That's not really it. Cove seemed pretty grumpy at your statement, but you weren't ready to give up so easily. Please. Cove sighed and looked down at his lap where he was fidgeting with his hands, so reluctant to give an answer.
I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know. Well, he made an unimpressed sound over how this was going. Are you sure? Fine. I guess I kind of like ankle bracelets. That feels so random, but okay, I'll wear one next time. Ankle bracelets. Yeah, everyone can wear a pretty bracelet. Wrist ones are cool too, but they're pretty normal. There's something fun or flirty about ankle bracelets. How do they, like, stay on your ankles?
I mean...
It's more special or something. I don't know how to explain it. Cove brushed his knuckles against his cheek awkwardly, seemingly unsure where to go from here. Thanks for answering. I like them too, huh? Out of everything in the world, you picked that. So you think they're sexy? I need to tease them, sorry.
What?
What? No, I can't believe you'd even use that word to describe it. I'm sorry, Cove, but I need to tease you. Okay, so nudist beach with an anklet. Got it. So it's not quite nude. Cove had been absolutely scandalized by your statement, and you could only laugh. When he said nothing else, you took a moment to gather your own thoughts. Oh man, does that make me a mean person if I like bullying the people I like? I mean, it's so cute seeing them flustered. You had to get an anklet on ASAP. Maybe you'd wear your anklets more often. Maybe you wouldn't wear your anklets so often. You thought about buying an anklet of your own. You're happy to hear more about Cove, but it didn't really change anything. I had to get one ASAP. I have to. Anklet, where are you? You need to see how Cove would react to that. Cove looked away again, feeling awkward about this. You gave him an understanding look, and usually he would start to smile like normal, but not this time. His expression only stiffened more. Oh no, don't tell me I made you uncomfortable. You were surprised to see him like this, as he always bounced back pretty quickly after being flustered. Cove? Still, he wouldn't look at you, and now even his breathing was growing tense. It began to click. He was trying to build himself up enough to say something hard for him. Oh no, don't tell me you don't like the bullying. But that's like my love language or something. He waited for it silently, until finally he peeked your way through the corner of his eyes. You were fully attentive by this point for whatever he was going to mention next. Well, to be something like very, how do I say, normal and not like serious at all.
That's,
People having brown eyes. That's also something I like. I know this is supposed to be romantic. But Cove, people normally have brown eyes. Like, I'd say probably like, what, 70%? I know, I have brown eyes, yes. But like, having brown eyes is such a normal thing though. I mean, it's so super romantic, but it doesn't feel as romantic if it's like the most common eye color. Cove loves basic. Wow, he's calling me plain. Huh? For a moment you were stunned, and had complete loss for words. That was definitely not where you imagined this was going. Cove faced you head on, his expression full of desperate meaning. You got the distinct impression he hadn't chosen that just because he liked the color brown. He had chosen entirely because it was your eye color. I know, that probably is the reasoning, but like... Brown is so basic. Well, was he trying to flirt with you? That was all you could think. Your legs felt like jelly, and you wondered if you might fall right off the couch. What do you like for another person, Amy? Glasses, definitely glasses. Oh, dang it, but like, the choice, everything about you is so romantic. How forward do you have to be? Like, the truth is, you know, considering every other guy I tend to like in dating simulators and stuff, it's glasses, definitely. But if I want to be like romantic, I have to put everything about you. Excuse me. And like, what if he's like, oh, you like me for my glasses? And then like, he takes off his glasses and I'm like, no. I like every muscles. I'm not really a muscle person. Pretty hair. I do like pretty hair. Blue eyes. He has blue eyes. I mean, it would match. Like, he likes my brown eyes. I like his blue eyes. But this one is like, I like you specifically. I like you because you're Cove. Yeah, let's see forward. Let's see forward. I'm gonna catch you off guard, Cove. I like everything about you. Cove went still. But, like, before I continue, I hope after this, they're like, but specifically, I get the option to pick classes. Cove went still, his eyes widening in surprise. It was definitely a lot for him to hear, but you couldn't help yourself. It was the truth. You adored him. And now, you're both flirting with each other. Oh my god, yeah, we are. We are flirting with each other. He placed his hands in his lap and looked down. It seemed he hadn't expected to get this far, and didn't know where to go from here. No, it's okay. We could keep going up. Like, just keep going up. With that, the topic abruptly dropped off. Cole officially had no more to say on it. No. Cole, please. Let's continue flirting. The parents all arrived soon after, each of them climbing into RV and finding some place to sit down and rest their legs. Elizabeth, having heard the commotion, came from the room for the first time since arriving and joined you all. Honestly, Elizabeth is me. If I was actually like, you know, in a road trip, like just hanging out in the room, being by myself and stuff. You spent the evening chatting and playing a few games, enjoying the last evening of the trip together. Bedtime arrived with the blink of an eye. As the group hunkered down for the night, your mom did a final round to be sure nothing had been left behind. She explained that Cliff was going to start driving early in the morning, like on the first day, but would be letting everyone else in the group sleep. There wouldn't be a need for all of them to get up. Oh, wait a minute, is this the loaf right here? Like this part of the, like right above the driving? Because that's tiny. How could anyone sleep there? Now is the time to check you hadn't left anything outside. You, as well as everyone else, were confident you had it all packed up inside the RV, which meant it was time to get some rest before the journey home tomorrow. Your moms and Elizabeth said goodnight, heading to the back room while you climbed up to the loaf. Cove and his family got situated below in the previously set arrangement, so Cove's on the floor sleeping. You tried to get comfortable. Cove, come up here and sleep with me. You tried to get comfortable as a million thoughts were running through your mind. It was hard to believe that the trip was practically over, and before you knew it, you'd be back in your own bed at home. Is it not a loaf? Oh wait, is it called a loft? Oh my gosh, wait. Like, soft loft. I thought it was pronounced loaf, but like loaf is like bread loaf. Wait, let me search up how you pronounce it. Let's see, Loft pronunciation. Oh my gosh, it's pronounced loft. No, we're gonna sleep in a giant bread loaf. You enjoyed this mini adventure. You thought the trip had been okay. You felt the trip was a waste of time. You hadn't had a good time. What do you mean? I had a great time. I got to flirt with Cove. It was short, that was for sure, but you got to see and do so much during your time here. All in all, it was a nice break away from home. You know, I realize I'm like so used to reading things that like, because I read it and I don't speak aloud, I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing everything. The minutes ticked by silently. It didn't take long for the soft snores of Cliff and Kira to drift up to you. They're asleep now. Cove, come in the loft with me. You wondered if Cove was still awake and decided to poke your head out from the loft to find out. You blinked through the dark. Looking down the hall, you noticed Cove laying on his back, his eyes staring straight up at the ceiling. His seafoam hair was spread out on his sleeping bag. He must have felt you watching him because suddenly his eyes locked on yours. Oh no, that's embarrassing. It was difficult to see how much in the dim light, but you could make out the crooked smile on his face well enough. You grinned back, you made a silly face, you waved at him. Let's see. Honestly, I want to make a silly face. Cove rolled his eyes at you, or at least you thought he did. Yes, gesture him. Come over here, man. Come over. We are gonna sleep in the loft together. Cove looked unsure about it, but you're happy to see him slowly start to sit up anyway. His sleeping bag rustled as he moved, though he tried to go slow and froze up like a deer in headlights every time he made a sound, watching his parents for any sign of movement. Oh my gosh, yes. Cuddle. Cuddle! I am too forward with this. It's like, bro, come on, let's sleep together. Eventually, he managed to maneuver around his sleeping dad and make it to the ladder, standing on the bottom rung when where he looked up at you and whispered, "What?" Oh man, I just realized he probably didn't know I wanted to cuddle. I was like, come over here. And he's like, what? Oh, nothing. Hi, good night, how are you doing? Come in, man. Come on, let's sleep together. Do you want to come up? His eyes widened just so. You can only tell because he had come to where you were. Cove glanced behind him quickly at his sleeping parents before turning back to you. Okay. Oh my gosh, you're gonna sleep together! I know, yeah, you're right. Sometimes being direct is the better choice. Because sometimes, people are extremely dense. You broke out into a grin and scooched back as far as you could, making space for Cove to crawl in. He was very tall, so it wasn't a great fit for him, but he managed to squeeze himself in. Even if you weren't exactly tall, the loaf was still a tight squeeze with the two of you in there together. Oh my gosh, we got a picture! Oh my gosh, you're beautiful. Wait a minute. By the look of the way this picture looks, so you can see right here, this like looks like underneath Cove looks like the edge of the seat, like, you know, the loft. So like, where are we standing? You're so right. You're so right. This is gonna be the thumbnail for this episode. He's beautiful. You laid down next to each other on your side, face to face. He got under the blanket a bit. One of his arms was nestled under his chin for comfort. The other had nowhere to go and was rested alongside his chest on the floor of the loft. Cove spoke to you softly. So, what am I doing here? To cuddle with me. Yes, sleep here instead of the floor. Sleep here. Cove raised an eyebrow, not having expected you to bring the topic up again.
It's okay.
You're still thinking about that? You don't have to worry about me that much, Amy, but thanks. Aww. It's okay. I'm not so sure about this. I mean, sure, it's a tight squeeze, but hey, we fit. If we fit, we fit. Cove swallowed loudly, and you notice he wouldn't look you in the eyes anymore. Are we like really close or something? Oh my gosh, you know, this is really immersive. I have my blanket with me, and my pillow with me, and like, I could just lay down next to Cove and stuff. Truly immersive. You're feeling the nervousness new? No! Don't be nervous. Be direct. In love, it's war, and we need a win. And the winning is like, I don't know, getting together or whatever. You felt comfortable being so close to him. His reaction made you happy. What was his reaction again? Just being embarrassed? Wait. Oh wait, his reaction is being, yes, embarrassed, so. Yes. I am happy you feel embarrassed. That is good signs. It was nice to know that this didn't seem like nothing to him. You wanted him to take you seriously. Yes. Forward. Yeah, it's true. But like, when he gets older, because at the moment, he's a tad bit young, but I'm sure we'll be able to play when we're adults or something. Are we on the second or third step? I forgot. First step, second step, third. I think we're on the third step or second. I don't know. No, we're on the second step, so I think we do get to date him while he's an adult, and then we'll buy the Dakimakura. You know, considering that he's the only love interest, I wonder if, well, like the main love interest. I wonder if there's actually already a Daki of Cove. Cove, Daki, Makura. I mean, there's fan images and stuff, so that's something. You thought back to earlier in the evening when you and Cove had been talking alone on the sofa. He had definitely been flirting then, and now you're here. You lay there silently. You tried to ease things with the conversation. You nudged closer to him, or you touched his free arm lightly. Should I nudge closer or touch his free arm? What if I touch his arm and then we touch his hands and then we lock hands together? You laid your fingers on Cove's arm, feeling the warmth of his skin beneath them. Bro, imagine like one of the parents wake up and they just like see us like you know, in bed with Cove. Oh my gosh. You know, what's gonna happen is probably Cove and I are gonna fall asleep, and then when we wake up, everyone's gonna tease us that we were sleeping together. Cove's face flushed dark enough to notice, even in the almost pitch black RV cabin. The hand resting in front of him tightened, balling into a fist. Are you okay? You seem tense.
Yeah.
He is not okay. I mean, who, like, in this situation, if you and your crush are in bed, how would either of you be okay? It's like so romantic. I'm fine. I mean, I'm not dying or anything. Cove's eyebrows bent up nervously, but his smile widened. He looks so cute like that. He curled himself deeper into the loft and closer to you. He looked away as he did. There was almost no space left between he and you. Cove's breath tickled the side of your face. For a moment, you stayed together like this. Can we get like a kiss CG or something? Neither of you spoke a word. When your eyes locked again, Cove seemed almost taken back by the situation. As though it hadn't completely hit him what it was going to feel like to do this until now. Oh my god, you're so cute, blushy blushy. He opened his mouth to say something, but shut it tight before anything came out. Oh my god, wait, you're right. I mean, but it's clearly mutual in this situation. You went to sleep how you were, you moved back, you snuggled against her, you lean in to kiss him. Oh my gosh, can we get a kissing CG? Oh my gosh, I don't wanna... Oh my gosh. Wait, I need to save. Cause like, what if I try kissing him and he doesn't agree? Like... Oh my gosh. This is the time. Is it too early in our relationship to try kissing him? I don't know. Can I play it off as a platonic kiss? You leaned in to kiss him. Okay, please don't turn awkward. Please don't turn awkward. You move in even closer. Eyes half closed as your lips inch towards his so slowly. Or is he gonna fall off the loft? Cove rose immediately. You can feel his body trembling against you as you neared. I know you want it as much as I do, bro. You grew close enough to be one motion away from placing your lips together. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! No! No! Then all at once he folded upright, completely forgetting the restrictions of the location and smacking his head against the roof of the RV with a loud crack, making you gasp aloud. Ow! No! Our moment! There goes the moment! Cove, are you okay? Cove didn't answer. He fell back to the loft floor, then a flustered pile. He pressed his head against his hand against his head and the other over his face as he groaned in pain. Oh no! Oh no, Cliff! No, Cliff, don't look! Cliff, don't look! The sound of the movements in the RV below startled you, and when you looked over the side, you noticed Cliff had similarly shot up and was looking around wildly.
What's wrong?
Oh no! Everyone's waking up! No! Guys, no! Everyone's gonna find out we were sleeping together! No, Cove, sad. Cliff, don't do it! Oh my god, this is so embarrassing! Maybe I should have snuggled instead. Wake up, people! Something happened! Oh no! Oh no! Everyone's gonna see. They're all gonna see me and Cove in bed together. I mean, in the loft together. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Oh, now I feel embarrassed. Damn it, Cove. Yeah, we definitely got exposed. Cliff reached over to where Kira was on the couch, and I just realized we broke everyone's sleep if everyone wakes up. Cliff reached over to where Kira was on the couch, and she whined as he shook her out of sleep deep enough not to be disturbed by the chaos. What's going on? No! No! Oh no! I don't want to play now. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from this. Ah! And then the lights came on, and you scrambled under the blanket to avoid being seen. That is too late. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are they never gonna trust us because now we were trying to bed Cove?
What?
Cove, where are you? Oh no! Oh no. Amy, are you? Oh. Oh no. Everyone knows now. Everyone knows. If I don't have a blushing emote. Like a blushing face, but if I did, my face would be beet red right now. I don't know, my face feels warm at least. No! Guys, you're embarrassing us. It only took a second for Kira to figure out where her son had gone, and you soon heard Cliff chuckle as he too realized. Oh, I mean, that's my normal, that's my normal face, so I guess I'm always in a blushy mood. You're warned there wasn't much space up there, bud. And we still tried anyways. Cove groaned terribly again, but this time it was out of humiliation. He moved the hand from his sore scalp to also cover his shame, rather than face his parents.
Hey!
No, Elizabeth, go back inside. Don't see anything. I wonder if, like, all of the outcomes lead to Cove hitting his head? Or is it just me trying to kiss him to do it? Does it? What's with all the noise out here? No, Elizabeth, stay inside. To your horror, the door at the back of... No, not our moms, too. Not our moms. To your horror, the door at the back of the RV opened, and Elizabeth, as well as your moms, peeked their heads out into the hall. Is everything okay?
Sorry.
It's nothing. Sorry for waking you up. Oh my gosh. Cove curled into himself, completely humiliated, as he apologized a couple more times. Not loud enough for anyone other than you to hear, though. Are you okay? I'm not gonna laugh at him. He's embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. You should let someone check your head. That was bad. With another whimper, Cove pushed himself up onto his side. Probably. Kira casually came out on over to the edge of the loft. She patted her son on the back. Come to mama, baby. You can't stay there. Ah, there's no putting it off. Cove climbed down the ladder, his face still red as a tomato when he reached the bottom. His dad gave him a nudge on the shoulder as he passed, trying to hold back renewed laughter. And his mom pulled him over to give his head a quick look over. After announcing it wasn't anything more serious than a bump, Cove shuffled over to his sleeping bag on the ground. He collapsed into it, not caring if he should be more cautious with his head right now. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Alright, show's over, let's all get some sleep. You could hear the snickers from the back of the RVs from your moms and Elizabeth. They really had been watching this unfold like it was a piece of entertainment. Man! But at that, they quickly said goodnight and headed to bed. With nothing more you could do, you lay back down as the lights went off again. You stayed there completely still until sleep finally overtook you. When you woke up the next morning, it was to the rumble of the RV as it traveled the long journey home. Blinking the sleep from your eyes, you peeked over the edge of the loft slowly, trying not to be seen. Oh my gosh, they're talking. Are they having the talk? Cove was sitting on the couch with his mom, the two of them talking quietly together. His head was hung low. You blushed when you remembered what it was like last night, just the two of you up in the loft together and the way you almost kissed. Kira suddenly looked up and caught your eye, and your face grew even hotter, though she simply smiled at you. No. Bro, don't look at me, girl. I mean, girl, I know you know, girl, but like, I'm embarrassed. You knew it was going to be a long, long time before either of you lived this down, if you ever did. This is the type of conversation, like, story you would hear at a wedding. Where like, yes, my son and my future daughter-in-law tried to do something in the loft, but we caught them. Soon, your moms and Elizabeth emerged from their rooms, dressed and ready for the day of travel. You spent most of the day hanging out together in the RV, savoring the last few hours of vacation. Kira suggested a few different travel games she used to play with Cove when he was younger, and you all had a great time competing against each other. A little later in the day, you tried to talk to Cove about what happened in the loft, but he simply apologized and changed the subject. No. Yes. My son tried to sleep with my future daughter-in-law when they were like young, and they tried to kiss, but my son hit his head and ran away. It was a bit too much for him to try speaking on, especially right now. You understood. Hey, but I feel like he knows. He definitely knows that we know that he knows. Like, you know. When the RV finally pulled onto the street, it was well into the night, and you were looking forward to crawling into your own bed after the last few days away. Everyone else must have been feeling the same, because it was mutually agreed that unpacking and cleaning the RV would wait until morning. Once again, wait. Let me drink some water, my throat got thirsty. I'm fangirling. Once home again, you went straight up to your room and dropped onto your bed, shoes and all. You missed being near Cove, yeah! We missed because we almost got our first kiss. But we missed. The two of you had basically been living together for 3 days. It was nice. Oh my god, you're right, we were living together! Bro, we shared finances, we lived together. Hey, we shared a bed together? Dang. Like, we are practically speed running the steps of dating, and we're not even dating yet. But you knew that wouldn't be the last time the two of you would spend time together, and the thought comforted you. With those last few thoughts drifting through your mind, it wasn't long before you dozed off to sleep. Tomorrow, life would go on like normal. Oh my god, you're right. We have Junior, our fish. Yeah. Basically, the only thing that's like different is we're not married. So let's save here. And let's go to the next step of our life. There's no denying it. Today was the very last day of summer. Tomorrow you are heading to class. Anxiety gnawed at your stomach. Oh my gosh, I always feel so anxious like the day before and like the day of going to class. Like whenever I enter like a new room for all my classes, like just total anxiety. Going back to school meant handing over the autonomy you had over the past few weeks. You had very little control over what you did at school or who you shared a class with. It was with a heavy heart that you chose your outfit for your final day of freedom. Life is going to be different. You had come to think of the summer vacation as the norm, but school sucked up the majority of the year, whereas the summer vacation was just a respite in the middle. So rather than being different, it was kind of a return to the normal. What did your normal life really mean? You considered how fondly your moms talked about their summer vacations vacations as kids. You dimly recognized that one year, the pattern of school and summer itself would be over for good. It was hard to imagine. Yeah, it'd be over, but then you have to go to the workforce. You got distracted, one arm still out of a sleeve. You pulled it through and put your mind back to the present. This season had brought about plenty of changes of its own, like Kira's visit, though that too was coming to an end today. Yeah. I liked Kira. You're happy you finally got the chance to know her, or you had become extremely fond? I'm just happy I got to know her. She was interesting to be around. You liked how easy it was to talk to her. You finished dressing, which was good. Cove would be there any moment. You agreed to see his mom off together. Officially, the plan was that he would come over to bring you around to his house when she was ready to set off, but you both knew that you'd be hanging out for at least a little while beforehand. Kira's visit had troubled Cove when it first happened. It had been a sudden change thanks to Mr. Holden's Dang, I'm stumbling over my words. Infamous tendency to surprise people. But once he was able to adjust, he'd been in pretty good spirits with her around. It was a relief for everyone. You turned to your desk where the box containing your accessories reside. Ankle bracelet, ankle. You got out and bought an anklet. You got out and bought several anklets. Accessories remind you of that anklet conversation. You still didn't have any yourself. I brought several just to impress Cove. Your eyes bored into the box. Should you wear any for Cove's visit today? Yes. You put one ankle bracelet on. You decided to wear several on. I don't know. I think I could wear one. Simply because wearing several, that looks like I'm trying too hard. I mean, I'm trying to be forceful. But like, also, I want to keep him surprised. Like, oh look, each time he looks a new ankle bracelet. So it's better to wear one at a time rather than all of them. Your heart pounded as you slipped the hoop through the clasp and fastened it in place. Would Cove spot it? Your face grew hot as you imagined how he might react. The next thought that crossed your mind was, it would only be polite to get the door for Cove. You went downstairs to wait. You couldn't wait to see Cove, so you went downstairs to meet him when he arrived. Yeah, I need to keep him guessing. Like, it's a surprise each time he sees the ankles. Yeah, it's polite. Let's just go downstairs to meet him. Oh, wait, the second one sounds better. You bounded down the stairs, your hand gliding over the rail. You wanted to make sure you got there first. If you didn't hurry, your moms might answer it. It was only a few minutes later when the doorbell rang. As you chose to stand beside it to wait for Cove, there was no delay in pulling it open. Cove was there just as you expected. Seeing you, he flashed a bright grin.
Hey.
Hi, Amy. It took you long enough. You only live across the street. Cove, look at my ankle. You sucked your tongue out of him as you ushered him inside, then bustling him up the stairs. Back up in your room, you sat down in your bed and waited for Cove to settle in as you knew he would. Wait, no, hide all the other ones. He can't know the designs because, like, I mean, if he sees them, he's like, oh wow, she's really into ankle bracelets. But like, I don't want him to look because I want it to be a surprise each time he sees a new ankle, right? Anklet or whatever. With other guests, you might have offered them a seat, but you and Cove were long past those tentative stages of friendship. Your room was as familiar to him as his own. You watched as Cove sat down in your desk chair, his preferred spot. He rolled it closer to the bed to make it easier to chat, tweaking the angle so that he was facing you fully. Once happy with the position, he leaned in towards you, hands held in his lap. His actions weren't the ones of someone who planned on moving from his spot anytime soon, even though you had an appointment to keep together that day. I don't know. I don't know if he always checks my ankles. I mean, like, maybe after that conversation about the anklet bracelet, he'd decide to check more. I mean, like, how do I say this? When you look at someone, you don't, like, you're more likely to notice something out of place than, like, if it was always there. So if someone got, like, an anklet, you'd suddenly notice it. And stuff, so it's definitely something he'd notice, even if he wasn't, like, purposely looking at my ankles. When is your mom leaving?
Don't worry about it.
We've got some time. She's still got a shower and stuff before she goes. She didn't want me to just keep hanging around until while she was doing that. He lifted his head, his gaze drifting out through the window, and chuckled. I can't believe she's already leaving. Just when I'm getting used to her being there every day. He leaned back in the chair, a weary smile tickling his cheeks. Yeah, you nodded. She'll be back. Time's going by. She'll be back. She'll definitely be back. I feel like, how do I say? I hope she's back because I feel like even though at first it was kind of awkward for Cove, that, like, I feel like she could tolerate Cliff, like, for some, I don't know, bonding time. He cocked his head thoughtfully before shrugging. Oh, was that the wrong answer? He ran a hand through his hair before shaking his head, as if shaking off the topic like a dog whipping off water following a dip in the sea. Cove looked back to you. Oh my gosh, wait, he noticed. Cove looked back to you, lips parted as if he was about to speak, when instead his eyes widened, and his mouth closed into a tiny frown. Something had caught his attention. Was it my ankles? Because I had an anklet on it? Something wrapped around where the end of your leg met your foot. He cast his eyes back up to your face, then down to your ankle, and back to your face. He repeated the process once, twice more, as struggling to hold the two items in tandem. You're just staring at my ankles? Bro. Maybe he was weighing up whether this could be a coincidence or not. Or maybe he was just too shy to verbalize his thoughts, or he's trying to find the words, and this was the most he could manage. Dang, I should have added more so he would definitely get the signal that this is not just a coincidence. The tension made you feel? Bashful, amused, thrilled, regretful, pleased. Let's see. I am quite thrilled by this. You felt energized by how impactful it had been, wanting to leap up, but not wanting to break the spell the jewelry had casted on Cove. On his next glance back to your face, Cove saw your expression had shifted. He watched as his bewilderment eroded into mortification as he realized that he had been caught staring. He quickly slid in the chair to face the wall instead, allowing you to glimpse a flush that had spread all the way to his ears. He twisted in his seat, wringing his hands and determinedly avoiding looking in your direction again. It seemed that he decided against saying anything at all. Say something! Say something to me, Cove! Yeah, Cove is a bit. Cove is processing things at his own rate. It's okay. It's okay, Cove. I'll make you understand. Does it look good? You stayed quiet? Sorry, what's the problem? What's the problem, Cove? Or Cove, what's the problem? What's the problem, man? Cove mumbled something unintelligible as he slumped lower. With how he was hunched over, the quiet words had no chance of reaching you. You weren't going to get anything out of him in this state. You waited for him to come around before speaking again. Finally piped up very softly.
That's,
Did you do it because of what I said before? I mean, you know. I mean, did you find it sexy? The last few words were whispered as though they were a precious secret. The ankle bracelet. Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't the faintest clue what you're talking about, Cove. I don't know what you're talking about, man. His eyes squeezed shut. He had no idea if the answer made him feel better or more nervous. He eventually looked down at his lap, where his fingers were flexing and curling in an awkward dance of nerves. His chest rose as he breathed deep. He breathed deeply. He breathed deep. Well, it looks good on you. Your heart skittered in your chest like a stone skipping across water. One big leap from the unexpected compliment, followed by a series of shorter ones as you absorbed the words. We got him. You beamed at him. He was looking at you again, at last, and returned the smile shyly. This really couldn't have worked out better. You thought. And there was nothing else he could add after that. Cove's posture teetered, his eyelids blinking quickly. Okay, so shifting topic after all this flirting. Amy, I actually kind of wanted to talk about. He drew a deep breath before concluding the sentence.
I mean...
He acknowledges what happened. What happened on the trip? Yeah, I tried kissing you and you dodged, bro. His voice shook as he pushed the words out. Your eyes grew. At the reaction, Cove pulled his arms around his chest, his shoulders hunching inwards. You knew what he was implying, back when you've been in the loft, and nearly kissed. Cove hadn't breathed a word about it since it happened, or well, almost happened.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for moving away like that when you tried to. Tried to? He dropped the sentence. You didn't push for him to finish. He had conveyed what it needed. And I'm sorry for how I've been since, acting like it didn't even happen. I've thought about it. I mean, I haven't forgotten about it. I don't keep thinking about it all the time. He hung his red-cheeked head, forehead propped up by a couple of fingers. You could tell that he was already regretting how this was going.
Sorry.
Sorry for being weird. It's just, I kind of thought or hoped that sometime I'd be able to do this with me talking about everything. Everything? There's more? He nodded ever so slightly. Your face felt a lot hotter after that. Cove brightened a little at your positive reaction, and his explanation continued. I could sort of picture how it might go. What it'd be like with you and me. Guys, he understands. He gets the picture. He gets it. But just the first part. I couldn't ever imagine that anything that'd come after. And now it actually happened. We're there. It's... Guys, he's doing it first. He's the one acknowledging our relationship. He took another deep breath, stuttering on the exhale.
That's,
This makes things different. Like, he knows that we know, that he knows, that we know, that I know, things. Things don't have to be different. This is hard for me. Should we find a crystal ball for answers? Huh. Not this is hard for me. This isn't really hard for me. I'm just egging him on. But should we find a crystal ball for answers? Should we... Do you need some help making decisions? Should we acknowledge the crystal ball? I don't think we'd see anything. Yeah, those 2 tiny brain cells. So you have no faith in us? Cove! Cove! That isn't what I meant. It's just that they can't really show the future. They're just glass. You're happy to see him being livelier. His wide eyes met yours as he looked at you, less burdened from the anxiety that had built inside him. You know, after this entire playthrough, I really want to see like what kind. I don't know if they have something like this, but I really want to see like what type of person they like made me like. Like, oh, how would Cove describe me in adjectives? Extremely forward, direct, flirty. His wide eyes met yours as he looked at you, less burdened from the anxiety that had built inside him. You smiled reassuringly. You silently returned his gaze. Do you want to try again? How about a do-over? Yeah, let's do a do-over, Cove. No. Cove! Cove, you were almost there. Cove, you can't just... Man. Bro, the 2 brain cells, they're failing. They caught on fire because how hard they're working. The words shot out reflexively. He couldn't help it, but immediately cringed at himself. Do you really mean that? Do you mean that, Cove? No. Oh my gosh, wait. We put out the fire on his brain cells. Maybe this could go somewhere. I mean, I do want to... I want to try again, if you still want to. You couldn't do it after all. You were scared but kissed it. I'm not scared. Come on, let's smooch. You untangled yourself on your resting position and stood up, realizing your intent to actually go for it. Cove straightened up in the chair, his hands coiling together in his lap. I'd like to say, if this was real life, I would be so embarrassed. I would never act like this IRL. But because this is a game, because they can change your answers, I'm being hella... Because I have plenty of experience in dating games. I'm being forward. Let's see. As you move towards him, you notice... Okay, did we lock the door? I don't want Elizabeth coming in this moment. Those brain cells, they're doing the work. As you move towards him, you notice his knees knocking together as he trembled. His decision not to rise from the chair made perfect sense. Oh yeah, because you're too tall. If he was that shaky while sitting down, there's no way he'd manage to stand without at least one of you falling over. Your legs brushed against his quivering ones as you came to stop in front of him. Cove was staring at you as you leaned in towards him. He echoed the motion and drew in towards you. Once you were close enough to feel Cove's breath on your face, you closed your eyes. The last thing you saw was Cove quickly doing the same. I don't know. I don't really have one at the moment. But like, I mean, I don't know. All the crushes I've had are more like, you know, towards anime guys. So like, I can't put it into any of it into actual practice. Okay. Okay, once you were close enough to feel Cove's breath on your face, you closed your eyes. The last thing you saw was Cove quickly doing the same. CG, kiss. Oh my god, look, it's my mouth. See? That's me. That kind of looks like me. Yeah, see, slight blush on my face. Freckles. That's totally me. Dang, they drew me. Your lips met with Cove's for a moment. His lip was pressed tightly together, unyielding, but it was alright. You're kissing him, and he was kissing you. Let's go! First kiss! Your stomach somersaulted. You can't believe it was really happening. Yeah, those are way more than the 6 dots on my face. In that moment, it felt warm, and it felt nice, and it felt right. He drew back and Cove slipped down into his chair, the knuckles of his hands pale after gripping so tightly. Thinking that he could do with some space to breathe, figuratively and literally, you took a step back. Cove shot up, his stance rigid. Cove plastered a hand over his mouth, his eyes shut tight, his back then became bowed, shrinking him down. He's tiny now. You can only make out the few words he had managed to summon. Guys, we got it. We did our first kiss.
Oh my god.
I can't believe we actually... His eyes flew open wide. He didn't look your way, let alone meet your gaze. Are you perhaps staring at my ankles? I'm joking.
Oh my god.
We kissed. Guys, we did it. Guys, we did it. We could end the game now. I'm joking. Let's see. You were full of nerves. No, I'm not. I am taking so much pleasure seeing him so flustered. His reaction was really cute. You thought his flustered was funny. It worried you that he was so frantic. No, it's funny. It's funny. Bro, the wedding nights could go crazy. We know I'm gonna lead it. I'm definitely gonna lead that night. You laughed both at his response and with joy. Cove only slammed his eyes closed once again. Did you like it? Was that bad? It was nice, wasn't it? Cove, it's okay. Did I do something wrong? Did you like it? He was still holding the hand to his face, but in an attempt to answer he emitted a muffled whimper. With that obviously not working, he uncovered his face at last, bringing the hand to lay against his chest and looking at you. Yeah. He opened his mouth, poised to speak, and pursed his lips as his words failed him. On his third or fourth attempt, you heard what he had to say. I did like it. I'm glad that we, kissed? He swallowed, seemingly not able to speak the actual word. That we, what? Yeah, what did we do, man? No, I got amnesia and I completely forgot, so we should totally do that again. I have no idea. Bro. Sometimes I wonder if, the character, because of all my choices, the character's dialogue is molded to, because, yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. We totally didn't do whatever you're thinking of. We should totally do that again, though. Amy. He grinned, thrilled that the experience had been a welcome one. The smile on Cove's face was real, but wary. Not unlike the one he wore after a long and exhausted day at the beach. Like when he'd find a new treasure. The work had been hard, but the reward had been worth it. With some newfound confidence, he drew himself up as he inhaled deeply. Each word he spoke next was delicate.
Amy.
Amy, I like you. Guys, we win. We're only in the step 2 and we won. A lot. Probably way too much. Bro, step 3 and step 4? Just pure dating. He ducked his head bashfully and opened his eyes. Opened an eye, peeking at you through the hair that had fallen over his face like a veil. He managed to smile.
Thanks for waiting for me.
Ah, of course, man, of course. His eyes sparkled just looking at you. His affection transparently clear. He never could hide what he was feeling, and you couldn't be more grateful for that day. So, are we official? Boyfriend and girlfriend? You smiled at him. You hugged him. I like you too. You breathed a sigh of relief. I like you even more. No. Bro, I like you even more, man. You know how hard I was working for us? Hard to, push those 2 brain cells of yours together to actually, get it? Cove squeaked out a nervous giggle. He curled his hand into a loose fist and brushed the knuckles idly against his cheek. Words evaded him as he opened his mouth and closed it again. I don't... He gave up on finishing the sentence, instead just smiling again. He rubbed his eyes with the heel of his hands. It was an action usually reserved for much later in the day, but at this point it already felt like a long day. Cove then pressed a hand to his creased forehead.
Oh my god.
Does this mean I'm your boyfriend or something now? Should we tell our parents? I don't know what dad or mom would do. Hey, I think they would be very happy. Very, very happy. There were a lot of concerns in there. You honed in on the simplest. There was no way your moms would let you have a boyfriend, even though that would that word juxtaposed with Cove's name made your heart race. Very, we got it. We kissed him. We literally kissed him like 5 minutes ago. In step 2, we did it. We got it. I'm happy and pleased. But I hope you're also having a good day too. But yeah, we kissed him. I know, right? I know. Also, anklets. I bought so many anklets just to impress Cove. I want you to be at least something, but I probably can't. It's not fair. I wish we were older. Yes, I did. I did get that reaction. It was so cute. And it's like, oh god, oh god. And it's like, oh, boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, 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 stuff like that. It was great. It was absolutely great. After, like, I was worried for a sec because, like, when we were, like, it felt like at some point he didn't quite, like, he, like, how do I say? There was a part where he's like, oh, no. And I was like, no, what do you mean no? But then he said yes. And I was like, yes. It was supposed to be yes. I was scared. Like, are his brain cells on fire? Probably. But it's okay. We helped push them together to form a thought. And now I hope we date or something. Wait. It took Amy hours, but Cove finally realized this girl who tried to kiss and tried new fashions like him. Yeah, I kissed him in the I tried kissing him in the RV, but he hit his head. And then I wore anklets to impress him. And he's like, oh, did you do this for me? I was like, I don't know. Did I? Okay. Okay. Would they really not let me have a boyfriend? I mean, what, we're 13? Yeah, I guess that's a bit young. It's not fair. I wish you were older. It's okay. It doesn't matter, though. We like each other, and that's important. You didn't know what to say. This is all that matters. We like each other, and that's what's important. Nothing anybody else thought about your relationship changed what was between the two of you. Cove lifted his hand from his chest and reached towards you, halting halfway, then slowly, cautiously hooked his fingers around yours. His palm pressed against the back of your hand. Oh my gosh. He's a bit slow for social things, Lamal. The lack of tact from his childhood had to stick around somewhere. Hey, it's okay. I did so much work. I was so forward. And look what we got us. A confession. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, held his hand back. Let's hold hands together. You rotate your thumb. I mean, not your thumb. Your hand so that you're palm to palm with Cove. Your thumbs crossing one another. We can get to work. We always figure out things out. Sooner or later. A budding relationship. During step 2, confess to Cove. Yeah, definitely I was the one that started that. You're temporarily struck speechless. Your usual directness punctured by his honest belief in what you had together. Yeah, you're right. We're a pretty good team. Chuckling, Cove smiled at you and tightened his grip on your hand. Amy, Cove. Mom, we didn't do anything. We totally didn't do anything. Aha, we did it. I'm so glad we did it. I really hope we get to do, like, in the next step, like, go on dates or something. Probably not. But I want to go on a date. The sudden call from downstairs caught you both unaware. You had nearly forgotten the world outside your room. From the guilty look on his face, Cove had done the same. Just had a call. Cove's mom is ready to go. Oh yeah, Cove, your mom's leaving. Oh, that's gotta be hard too. I mean, you got some happy news, which is me and you kissing. But your mom's leaving, aw. If you're quick, she might keep the mandated motherly smothering to a minimum. You doubted that, but it was nice that Mom and Miss Priest had their strange sense of humor in common. Your eyes met Cove's. Wordlessly, you headed downstairs together, holding hands. No, I know, probably not. Each step on the way there was painfully slow, like he was trying to delay the inevitable. You guys know what I mean. His whole body tense, leaving the house, and Cove froze altogether before you both could cross the street.
Oh.
And the door's open. Dad must be taking her stuff out. He swallowed hard. She's really gonna leave. One day. The holding hands will be 4 years into dating. Bro, we already did. We share finances. We slept in the same bed. I mean, we were in the same bed together. We have a fish child together. We have every, like, why are we skipping all the steps and just blowing past holding hands? You smiled at him reassuringly. You gave his back a pat. You rested your hand on his arm. This isn't the last time you'll ever see her. Let's see. Let's have some hand-to-hand contact. You felt a small shiver ripple through his body as the warmth from your hands sank in. It'll be okay. You can do this. He looked at you uncertainly, and you gently squeezed his arm for support. At that, some of the conflict warring on his face eased a bit. Together, you went across the street and inside his house, finding his parents in the living room surrounded by his mom's packed things. Oh, there's a date? Wait, you can go on one date. I can't remember what the moment is called, though, since I can only remember the details of DLC date in step 2. The problem is I didn't buy the DLC! Aw, man, I should have bought the DLC. There's so much moments. Oh my gosh. But, like, I've seen how much, like, moments there are, and, like, that would, like, double, like, whatever this route is or whatever thing. They put so much love and care into it, but... it's so long to stream. Hey kids. Good timing. I just called the taxi. Poor Cove. And hi Amy, so glad I get to see you today. It was fabulous getting to know you this summer. I finally got to put a face to the name I've heard so many times. You talk about me to your mother? Aww. She winked, and Cove pouted on cue over the teasing. Bro, we kissed. We kissed, Dan. You don't have to be embarrassed. I know, you know, we know. Let's see. One of these two. I'm really happy I got to meet you two, or I hope you had a good time visiting. I'm happy I got to meet my future mother-in-law. Hopefully, it won't be too long before we see each other again. Nodding, Kira turned her attention back to her boys. She patted Cliff on the arm with a warm smile, and then she enveloped Cove in a crushing hug. Initially, Cove squirmed to break free from her grip, but his mom was unfazed, and kept him locked into place. Heartbeats later, he gave in and hugged her back tightly.
I'm so glad.
And I'm so happy this trip was a success. I know, right? Like, I mean, this neon green, I don't know, a blonde, and then we get seafoam green. And like, which one of them gave Cove his eyebrows? Because like, both of them have relatively normal eyebrows. This must be grandparents' eyebrows or something, because you guys both don't match in eyebrows. Cliff looked like he was bursting with pride. And then, like, I don't know if genetics work like that. I don't know. I don't think he's adopted, Tony. Because, like, I feel like they're putting a lot of work into this. If that ends up being a case. I mean... Wait, I think that sounded wrong. I mean, even if you had an adopted child, you would still put a lot of work into this. But, like... I don't know how to phrase it. But like, yeah. Yeah, his eyebrows are truly a mystery. Maybe he just like uses hair gels because he thinks it's cool or something. And then Cove stiffened. Kira loosened her hold on him, enough to study his face. Concerned, she spoke her next words in a whisper that had been meant just for her son.
What do you think?
Huh? Do you want to unshelf it? Wait, what does that mean? Raising an eyebrow, Cliff watched him carefully. His smile began to flatter.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Cove sighed, and his gaze flickered over to you for a moment, and then just as quick, it was back on his parents. Unshelf what? Nothing bad's happening, right?
It's okay.
It's alright.
Really?
Are you sure? What's going on? Wait, I'm in the dark. I don't want to do it now. I can tell Dad later. What? Nervously, you watched the exchange with the growing suspicion that Cove didn't want to have that conversation while you were there. You wondered if you should offer to leave when Kira gave Cove a pat on the head. Unshelf what?
Alright.
This box over here? In the corner top right? You can always call me if you want me to be part of the conversation, okay? Shelf what? No, I don't like being left in the dark. I'll call. Thanks, Mom. Wait. Oh, I did not choose a snitch yet. I did not choose a snitch. Because I did not want to have that conversation with Cove. Because I feel like, especially with his mom here, you know, that must have been like that would have been like a big fight or whatever. So I did not choose to tell Cove that his father offered to pay me to be his friend. I didn't tell him. He's still, even though he's older than last time, he's still pretty young. I don't know. I feel like it would ruin the chances of my relationship, you know? A very bad argument? Dang. Okay, sounds like I dodged a bullet. Oh my gosh. It's because, like, we didn't have Cove in the quote-unquote bag yet. I could tell him later on in life. Cliff still looked baffled about what Kira and Cove were referring to, but you watched as his shoulders slowly relaxed. You figured that he decided to wait for Cove to be ready to talk to him. And with Cliff's silence, things seemed to be settled for now. After that, it wasn't long before the taxi arrived, rolling up in front of the house and in clear view of the open door. Kira stood up, smiling sadly. Well, that's my ride. Yeah. The matching reply got a chuckle out of Kira as you all filed out of the house. Father and son went with Kira's bags in hand. Once outside, you spotted your family waiting by the street, and to your surprise, Derek was also with them. He stood uncomfortably, and he waved as soon as you noticed him. Oh, hey Derek, I haven't seen you in a while.
What's up?
Hey Amy. Hi Cove. When did you get here? My dad dropped me off just a bit ago, though. Thought I could visit one more time before school started.
Sorry.
You picked a busy time, sorry. Derek couldn't even look at Cove. He nervously kept rolling a pebble with the bottom of his shoe. You good?
Sorry.
I wasn't even thinking that your mom would be leaving today. I'm sorry, dude. What? You're not interrupting anything. You're always welcomed here. What? I don't think Derek is bad. But he just disappears? Dang, they took him out. It would have been sad if I didn't get to say goodbye before leaving. Derek came to hang out often, so it was inevitable that the two of them had met at some point this season. I think so too. As a parent, Derek would have preferred to have gotten there at a more opportune moment. He never liked seeming impolite, but their reassuring words soothed his worries. The tension he was holding his body lessened, and he looked like he was feeling much more like himself. Unless you have the DLC, you get to see the responsible himbo he evolves into. He turns into a himbo? Dang. Bye, Derek. It was fun getting to know you. Bye, ma'am. Is there anything I can do to help? Ah, he's so polite. Nah, don't worry yourself over that. We're just about set. In that short amount of time, Cliff had gathered and packed the bags into the trunk. Kira took one last look at everyone inside. Alright, I don't want to keep the driver waiting. It's time to head out. Aww. Cove, give your mom another hug. The little crowd that had formed around started their chorus of farewells and well wishes traveling, but Kira still made no move to get into the taxi. She placed her attention on Cove. Oh, he rose tall? Okay, that's good for him, because he seems tiny right now. I'll call when I get to the airport, and when I make it to Nevada. Also, you better call the moment you walk in the door at home. Otherwise, we'll be wondering all night if you got into trouble on the way there.
Can do.
I can do that. And could you call tomorrow too, so I can tell you how school went? Of course, I want to hear all about it. Step 3 doesn't have much. Let me go get a pic. Okay, let's see. Our life. Derek. Just Derek. Dang, that's Derek? He looks so different. Damn. It's probably because he's the type of, like, you know, a late bloomer. Like when... Definitely a late bloomer. But dang, he looks tall. I don't know if how tall Cove will get, but dang, he looks really tall. Kira put a hand on Cove's head and affectionately ruffled his hair one last time. She then let go, only to move on to squeezing his cheeks in her hands instead. Mom?
Cove.
I love you so much, baby. She was chuckling by the time she freed him and rounded things off with a small tap to the tip of his nose. Cove rubbed at his face with a grin. Finally, she walked to the car while waving and took her seat in the taxi. Cliff hooked an arm around Cove's shoulder and kept him close as it began to pull away. For a moment, Cove looked up at his dad and then wrapped an arm across his back.
Bye.
Bye, Mom. Bye. Travel safe. Kira rolled down the window and stuck her head out of it. She waved again while blowing kisses at Cove and Cliff. Aw. See you again. But before she was out of sight, you decided to... let's call out with our family. As you added your voice to the others, you watched Kira's smile grow larger. The cab turned down another road and completely disappeared from view. Aww. Cove let go of his dad and took a few steps into the empty street, still looking in the direction his mom went. He smiled quietly, deep in thought. You got the impression Cove was feeling better than he was earlier. He was finally content with the way things were. You jumped a bit when your mom put a hand on your shoulder, pulling you away from your thoughts. She smiled when you looked at her. This was a great vacation, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. You're not in agreement. You shrugged. I don't know. Summer isn't over until the second I fall asleep. Yeah, it's not over yet. There's still time. No naps for you then. Can't risk you accidentally ending summer a few hours too early for the rest of us. Chuckling, you shook your head amused. Cove walked back over to the group, still genuinely happy. Derek grinned at him welcomingly, and everyone else there smiled at him, even Elizabeth. Well. Maud clapped her hands together, bringing everyone's attention back to the present. It's almost lunchtime. I think I'll put something special together. Her eyes sparkled with a plan, and Maud smiled. Cliff's hair? Wait, I want to see this. Is it really that bad? Cliff, your hair is luxurious. What could they have possibly done to you? Let's see. Our life, Cliff. Oh, wait, that I can't. Wait a minute. Oh, that does look bad, frick. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, so step 1, step 2, fine. Step 3, fine. Step 4. It just looks so, I think it's just an awkward length. That's why. It's like, they should have either made it, like, I think if they tied it back, it wouldn't be that bad, like step 3. But, like, it's just an awkward length. Yeah. It doesn't feel like Cove. I mean, not Cove, Cliff. I don't know. When you grow older, your taste in hair just goes down. Her eyes sparkled with the plan, and Mom smiled. I bet you could use some help with that. And that'd be absolutely wonderful. Derek glanced between the two, his eyebrows furrowed. Is there something I can do? Your mom's exchanged a fond expression. Ma shook her head. I just realized we never saw Jeremy again. Jeremy just died that one time we met him.
How sweet.
And that's very sweet, Derek, but it's alright. It's not your job. Technically, your dad left you under Cliff's watch. You're meant to be taken care of by him, not doing chores for the neighbor. Mom laughed a little over her own joke. You watched Derek look away, discouraged.
It's okay.
It's okay, I don't mind. He was a little bashful about it. You wondered if Mom's joke had just reminded him that he wasn't initially meant to be invited to lunch. It was getting a little awkward. I'm sorry, Derek. Mom grinned sympathetically. Her comment was meant to lighten the mood, not bring it back down. Ma tried again to get things moving forward. Why don't you kids go have fun? You can all come back in about an hour. We'll make enough for everyone. Mom nodded in agreement.
Sounds good.
Another stunning idea, Lonnie. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That sounds like a plan then. I don't want to cramp your style. I've got some stuff to work on, so I can be out of your hair this afternoon. You should come by later too. No reason you should be the odd man out. Mom seemed amused as Cliff rubbed his neck nervously. He grinned a wavering but pleased smile.
Thanks very much.
I appreciate the invite. He looked over the assembled crowd with knowing glances. I can help too. With as many people as you're feeding, that's gonna be a lot of food. Didn't you hear what we told Derek? It wouldn't be fair to make you cook when we're the ones who are inviting you in. Ma raised an eyebrow when Cliff waved it off.
Come on.
I insist. Derek would be missing time with his pals. This would be a break for me. I'm quite the chef. Yeah, the Mexican food you made, I think it was quite yummy. Ma and Mom exchanged further glances before Mom shrugged.
True.
An airtight argument. If you're sure, we'll be happy to have you, Chef Cliff. Cliff's grin widened and seemed more hyped than you'd expect him to be about helping with lunch. Cliff shook his head, a fond smile on his face. Then all of us grown-ups will be heading inside. I assume the rest of you kiddos are staying out. Maybe not all of them. Yeah, now I'm in a relationship with Cove. We're together. We'll see what happens. We'll find out right now. Maybe not all of them. Ma tilted her head. A silent question for Elizabeth. Your sister thought for a moment.
All right.
I'll stay with the kids.
That's fantastic.
That's great. Both their moms smiled at her, while Derek and Cove didn't seem to appreciate her phrasing. Yeah, Elizabeth, even though we're younger, we're not that young. We're not that much younger. Though with the plan decided, all three parents waved and headed for your house. It was just you teenagers now. Elizabeth looked at you and the others, a curious expression on her face. So, what now? You silently wondered if Elizabeth only stayed with you to avoid getting roped into work. Then again, she could just genuinely want to hang out. You can tell with your sister, it's the last day of summer, let's do something fun. Cole spoke up after no one else did to answer Elizabeth's question. Wanna go down to the shopping center street? It's been a while, and I don't think there's a lot of other things we could agree on. Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Sounds awesome to me. Unlike you guys, I haven't been there 1,001 times. It's new to me. Arson? Oh my god, arson would be awesome. I mean, painting the town red with fire. Let's do it, okay, if you guys really want to. There's nothing else to do. Oh, yeah, let's do it. You strolled across the road as a group down to the beach, and then to the left. It took less than 15 minutes to arrive, one of the conveniences of Sunset Bird. The four of you looked around at the familiar shops, trying to see if anything caught your attention this time. Derek was the most enthusiastic. He checked out every stall with his eyes wide with wonder. Elizabeth and Cove were in good spirits as well. That's so cool. He ran over to the street magician who was currently doing a card trick for a group of enchanted tourists. Derek clapped and the magician showed a middle-aged man his card. Oh my gosh, yes. Mother's of mine. I painted the town red with flames simply because of art. Derek turned back to the group with a curious gleam on his face. Oh wait, Cove isn't impressed by the magic because last time I remember he said his family, he has relatives that does tricks too. What does it take to perform here anyway? Do you have to ask somebody, or you just show up and start doing things? Who would you even ask? It's a public street. Hey, Miss Mayor, can I pull a rabbit out of my hat? Please, Flopsy is well behaved, I promise. Oh yeah. Shopping malls nowadays. I don't know, going to a shopping mall nowadays is kind of depressing. And they're so empty. And it looks nice when they're busy, but nowadays it's all about online shopping and stuff. Oh yeah, speaking about online shopping, it's November, so Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving happens, then Black Friday happens, and after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so sales. Oh no! Oh my gosh, you're right, no! Cove, are you still hung up about the balloon? I said we could share! Derek chuckled, his eyes searching up and down the scene.
Maybe?
Maybe there's a boss of the shopping street? No one does any of this around my neighborhood. It's just regular stores behind malls. It's different if someone wants a real store, but here, I'm pretty sure people are just putting on their little shows whenever they want and do whatever. That's so neat. Would we be allowed to do something too? I don't really want to. Cove laughed and Derek began almost vibrating with excitement. Elizabeth rolled her eyes. What could we do? What would we do? Well, I don't know. Not yet, I mean. I just found out it's a possibility, you know? But there's gotta be something. We know cool stuff. I'm sure if we think about it, we could plan a show that'd really get a crowd pumped. Damn, I am stumbling over my words. But yeah, let me take a drink of water. But yeah, this reminds me of the show we put on with Lee. Let's see. I honestly didn't want to do it though. I mean, it's different performing in front of your family than, random people. He felt he could try this idea on his own. He thought that Derek needed to abandon that idea stat. He gave a look to the other two. You guys make the decision. I don't want to make a decision. Derek continued to brainstorm out loud about different potential performances while he glanced over at Cove and Elizabeth. I mean, I can bounce a soccer ball in my head. Last time I tried, I got 8 bounces before it left. I wouldn't bring a ball here.
Why?
Why not? Cove gestured to everything around. The stalls, the people, all the colorful chaos that made up the shopping street. Yeah, if you break something, you're gonna have to buy it, man. Would you want to chase a lost ball here? And what if it hits somebody? Even if you're good, someone else could bump into you. And that's true. Derek thought about it some more. Then he watched another performer, a woman doing tricks with 2 small dogs. One was fluffy and cream-colored, while the other was a cool gray. The woman held up rings. Both animals jumped through the openings, happy to receive a treat at the end. Derek brightened. Maybe I'll teach crabs how to race. You know, that sounds like gambling, and I don't know if we should be enjoying that at such a young age. Crabs? It could work. With some amusement, the gang continued to pursue the stalls. Elizabeth found some earrings with a dangling, badly misprinted globe that everyone laughed at. Cove picked out a blob as Iceland, but Derek thought that it had to be Greenland. It depends. I know Iceland is actually Greenland, and Greenland's actually Iceland, so like, you know. Depends on the color. You know, this is a world with what looks like 9 continents. I think you're both wrong. You want to side with Cove, you backed up Derek, you agreed with your sister. No, it's Australia. You stayed out. It's Australia. The other 3 giggled at your interjection. Suddenly Cove froze. You stared at him and then tried to see what caught his attention. When you saw a familiar face down the way, it all made sense. Oh wait! Oh my gosh, Jeremy came by? What? Hey, Jeremy got to make an appearance, even though I literally just said we didn't get to see Jeremy at all. Pretty sure those naming is a troll by someone. Still pretty sure those naming is a troll by someone. Like Australia? Or like the continents? Between the crowds, it was bright hair stood out like a neon green bowl and a kitchen sink. It was Jeremy. Jeremy slowly drifted his eyes down the street and his eyes widened in mutual recognition. He definitely noticed you. No, ignore him. Ignore him. Oh. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. Greenland, Iceland. I don't know. Was it a troll? Did they really want to F with people and like switch their names? I thought it was more like a tactical thing where it's like, oh, you send people to Greenland, but they think it's Iceland because of all the ice or something. I don't know. Derek frowned and Cove sighed. Neither of them were happy to see him again. I don't know. I don't want to glare at Jeremy. I don't acknowledge Jeremy. Should I smile to be nice? Well, what if he's mean? You looked away. You stood there shocked. Yeah, let's stand there shocked. You're still alive? Why was Jeremy here? Of all the days he could be shopping. Elizabeth raised an eyebrow. Her gaze swept over Jeremy without a hint of clue. Jeremy simply scoffed to himself and waded deeper into the crowd of people. Derek relaxed and exhaled. Oh. Sorry, there was a loud noise outside. Derek relaxed and exhaled loudly. I'm glad he's not gonna start anything. He peeked over at Elizabeth with a tiny smirk. See, that was the mean kid.
What?
Huh? She still didn't get it. That first day of summer hadn't made nearly as much of an impression on her as it did for Derek, but he smiled and waved it off. Just forget about him. I already have. He laughed and Cove smiled lightly. He seemed in a much better mood now that Jeremy was gone. Your eyes wandered over to where Jeremy disappeared. You hadn't forgotten the day you met him either. He was only going to be in town for vacation with the parents he hated. That glimpse was probably the last time you would ever see him, unless you play the other game. I think I'll keep that thought to myself. Because I don't want to keep bringing him up. Elizabeth snapped her fingers in front of your face. Apparently, you had spaced out. Cove and Derek were already at the next stall. Come on, unless you want to get left here. You nodded and caught up with the others. Cove raised an eyebrow. What were you thinking about? Nothing. He gave you a searching look, but let it drop when Derek yelled at you to go check something out. You couldn't help but wonder, though. What would have happened if you had interacted with Jeremy more? Does Jeremy have DLC? I don't think so. I mean, we could interact more in, like, you know, a different game. You're glad that you wouldn't find out. Jeremy was unlike anyone you had ever met before. A douche. You thought he was horrible. You thought he was weird. You thought he was stupid. You thought he was kind of pitiful. You thought he was kind of okay. You didn't know what to think. I don't know what to think of Jeremy. Jeremy just existed. It's okay. We don't have to worry about him right now, at least. You and the group moved on from the stall and from Jeremy. It didn't take long for everyone to return to joking. You all enjoyed what little time you had left as Elizabeth mentioned the hour was almost up. Almost up. The little trip had flown by, and lunch must have been waiting for you now. Derek bounced on the balls of his feet.
Okay.
Come on, guys, let's get going so we can... Oh my gosh, my voice. Why? Come on, guys, let's get going so we can eat. I'm starving. I am hungry. It's not an if we have to. I can't wait. Phew, I've had enough walking around. Homebound, here we go. Not silently. I can't wait. I am hungry. Cove stretched one of his arms lazily. Let's go then. You looked at him appraisingly. I could ask Cove to carry me? Wait, I have to. I have to. Cove, you are, we're something. I don't know. We have something together, so carry me. Hey, Cove. Yeah? Carry me home. What? What? Cove turned red, obviously flustered. You explain. Yeah, I want a piggyback ride, man. I want a piggyback ride, and you're the only one big enough to give me one. Cove sighed and shook his head. Elizabeth and Derek became a chorus of laughter. I know what, we are being so productive. We kiss, and now he's carrying me. Dang, we just need to get a ring. Pretty, please. You jokingly pleaded with them, much to the continued amusement of the other two. Alright. Cove stepped over to you. He looked like he couldn't believe what he was doing. Your lips quirked into a large smile. Woo! I knew you'd come through for me. Yeah, I was like wondering, is Barry still like there? Maybe you cut it in half? Or did you send it and then it just disappeared once you sent it? Because it's too long. He carefully crouched down in front of you so that you could climb on. It wasn't hard to hop on. He slipped his arms under your legs and did his best to lift you. It was wobbly, but he managed to stand all the way up. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Because I'm being carried by Cove, that means I'm tall now. Elizabeth watched with a smirk on his face, while Derek laughed even harder. It's fair to say that your antics were entertaining. You're glad Cove went with it. Okay, let's see that fun fact you have. Those names can be found all the way back in Norse sagas, so those seems to be the only names they had. According to these sagas, Greenland's name was actually a trick. The discoverer of Greenland wanted people to come and settle and kind of oversold it. Iceland didn't have anything to do with it though, since it had been settled a century earlier, and Iceland actually is pretty icy and glaciery compared to Norway, apparently, so it's a fitting name enough. Oh, so it wasn't a trick! Or it was sort of a trick. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know. The thing is, like, I have no reason to ever visit Greenland, Iceland. I feel like the only reason why they get like any notoriety is simply because their names are similar and stuff. Elizabeth watched with a smirk while Derek laughed even harder. It was fair to say that your antics were entertaining. You were glad Cove went with it. Cove carried you home, but he seemed pretty bashful about the situation. He struggled with how much to grip around you and whether or not he should try to reposition things. But along with all that, he also seemed to feel some pride to be carrying you. You are carrying your future bride! You better do this when we go to the wedding. It was a pleasant walk home, and in no time you made it back. Derek got the front door and held it open for everyone as you each moseyed inside. The three parents were still in the kitchen. They looked up and waved. Hey guys! Welcome back, everyone. You made it just in time.
Hey.
I hope you're hungry. When Cove had brought you inside, the parents couldn't help but notice the odd conveyance. Your moms are unsure, and Mr. Holden raised an eyebrow. What's wrong? He's just carrying me.
Everything okay?
Why do you sound so sad? Did you pull something, Amy? I'm okay. I just wanted to be carried by Cove. I didn't get injured. Yes, I have arrived. I am Cove's princess, and yep. Aw, Cove, you got in so strong.
Good kid.
And reliable, too. What a guy. Cove rolled his eyes at the commentary, then started walking to your couch. He bent down and let yourself plop back onto the couch. I have made it to my resting place. Thanks, Cove. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. We'll do Cove over again. Cove exhaled loudly and shook out his arms. He just seemed relieved that he made it. So, did everyone have a nice time out? She gestured for people to take a seat at the table. Plates and silverware have already been placed out. You took your normal seat. Elizabeth sat across from you, and Derek took the seat to your left. Not resting place, as in like, more like, how do I say? I'm just gonna lay down and rest, not die. I'm not gonna die. I mean, I could dramatically die. Cove sat on your right, but he blushed a little and began fidgeting with the silverware. His dad was the first to pick up on his extra awkwardness, but your moms weren't far behind. The parents shared looks at Cove's reaction. It seemed that he was struggling with how to act normal around his dad or your parents, or both, after what happened between the two of you upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a great time. Oh man, I hope it doesn't end like Romeo and Juliet. I don't want to do like the double die thing. But hey, it's romantic. It was fine. Cove, you are terrible at hiding your emotions. It's cute, but the adults are gonna know, man. I had fun. I really liked it. It was okay, I guess. Yeah, the bank heist went off with a hitch. Yeah, we robbed the bank while we were away. That bank heist actually ended up happening. Let's go. Your joke got some chuckles going around the table. That's good in my book. Casually, Mr. Holden sat in the empty seat across from Cove. He smiled at you and all the other kids. You see, I got injured in this hypothetical bank heist, and Cove had to carry me to safety. And we didn't know if I was gonna make it or not. So, we didn't know if that actually was gonna be my resting place or whatever. Mom set down a platter full of water glasses on the table. She looked down at the gathering. It's a good thing we have 8 chairs. I can remember the last time we had a group this big over for a meal. Can you pass the drinks down to the other side? Make sure you all get one. Sure. Those close to the cups obligated and started offering waters around. It's all according to Keikaku, the plan. As you pass Cove his drink, your hands touch. Cove froze. Cove, stop making it so obvious. The adults are gonna know. Yet Ari let go, not yet realizing that he was too distracted in the moment. Oh no, did he drop the water? Ah, Cove, you're being too obvious. The glass fell down the table, landing with the sharp clatter of the glass on the wood. Cove scooted his chair back with a restrained shout.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll just get a towel or something. He looked around in a frantic panic, as if an object soaked up the water would magically appear if he turned his head fast enough. His dad bit his lip in worry, raising from his own seat. Oh no, Cove, you're acting too sus. It's too suspicious, man.
Well...
Cove, what's going on? You've been a little out of it today. Cove, I thought we were supposed to keep it on the down low, man. Yeah, they're on fire right now. His brain cells are on fire. Did something happen? Cove, don't tell them. Don't tell them, Cove. Because we are in a group of people, and that's kind of embarrassing. Cove tensed. Frozen again, he stared at the water on the tabletop as if he wanted to sink into it. No, I'm not gonna actually blurt it out. I'm not Cove. I'm not gonna tell them. You spoke at the cover. I'm gonna cover Cove. Something happened, but not like, I'm not gonna reveal it. If something did happen, you should wait for Cove to want to talk about it. Trying to make him say things in front of everybody wouldn't be good. Oh my gosh, Hugh! Mr. Holden nodded slowly. He still seemed worried, but after another look at Cove, he smiled sympathetically.
Right.
Well said, Amy. I'm here when you're ready, son.
Of course.
Of course. Cove breathed a sigh of relief and shot you an apologetic look. You gave him an exaggerated wink when heads turned away from you. It's okay, Cove. I got you. Tony, don't reveal it to them. Don't do it. Hey, he's trying to recover. Cove, the moment has. I mean, I don't know. How would I feel if something like that happened to me? I mean, surely I'd get embarrassed, but I wouldn't make it obvious, I think. Well, I hope I don't. If I wanted to keep it on the down low. As everything got set up, Ma chided Elizabeth to take her elbows off the table.
Now.
And you shouldn't slouch. She pointed to Mr. Holden, who was leaning forward with both arms on the table. Oops. I know, right? It's like, Cove, how did you do that? Your Cove, your Cove, your eyebrows became your mouth. Your mouth became your eyebrows. Mr. Holden seemed unsure about all the sudden attention and carefully rearranged his posture to something more suitable for a fancy dinner. He smiled sheepishly at Ma. I mean, well, good thing that they can't see my expressions right now. Because, yeah, good thing they can't see. Just because I have a red face doesn't mean they'll get any information out of me. Elizabeth rolled her eyes, and Ma gave a level look at her. You shouldn't be impolite to a guest in the house either. Elizabeth groaned, long and long-suffering. Ma giggled, and Mr. Holden chuckled.
Not bad.
A lot of you could learn a two or thing from Derek. He has the best manners here. Derek blushed, but it was true. His posture was upright and formal. He even held his fork gracefully. His table manners, on top of all his his attempts to aid your parents, made him the model of meal attendee behavior. Thank you.
Aw.
Water. Refreshing. It's nothing. It's true, though. You have been a lovely guest. I've noticed that, too. It's always nice when you stay over, Derek. Derek smiled and sat a little taller in his chair. And do you have anything good to say about our other guest? I don't know, he kind of just spilled water everywhere. She looked deliberately at Cove with a teasing smirk. Or is there just nothing to say? Elizabeth, don't make it worse. Well, Cove is my number one, but he does still clean his hands by wiping them on his pants. Cove frowned at that and absent-mindedly brushed his hands on his pants, legs, and your mom's laughed lightly.
There.
Elizabeth, you should know after all these years, Cove is hardly a guest anymore. He's familia, family. Cove smiled awkwardly. Thanks. Manners. Who cares? I don't think it's that big of a deal. You tease Cove for his bad habit. You compliment Derek on his politeness. You joke that Derek was basically an adult, or you keep quiet and took a bite of food. I mean, yeah, definitely. Gonna marry him. Let's see, let's tease him. Don't think I'm gonna let the pants things go. Cole looked over at the window, not wanting to face the truth. Everyone ate their meal together and continued to hang out for the afternoon. After the food, you and the others played a couple of games and talked about plans for the upcoming year. The time passed by quickly, and soon it was time to part ways. Mr. Holden talked to your moms, and Cove drifted over to you, knowing that as soon as his dad finished up, he would be leaving. It'd be cool to stay, but we have some stuff to do before everything closes today. No, Cove! But it's the last day of summer! You don't want to hang out? I mean, we hung out, like, pretty much the rest of the day, but...
Okay.
Yeah, bye. Could you move? I need the phone. Oh man. Cove raised an eyebrow, and Elizabeth impatiently gestured behind him. Cove realized he was standing right in front of where the receiver was placed. He sidestepped out of the way and shook his head, clearly thinking Elizabeth was rushing too much. Your sister made a beeline for the phone and started dialing the number of what you figured was one of her friends. Knowing Elizabeth, she was going to be on there for a while. You, Cove, and Derek shuffled closer to the door. It seemed like Mr. Holden was wrapping up his conversation, so everyone started saying their various farewells.
Talk to you later.
See you later, Cove. We gotta do this again sometime. Well, considering Barry said we don't see you again, well, goodbye. Yeah, see you. Wait, you gotta have the goodbye scene with Derek. Obviously, they gotta find a way to get Cove out of the picture temporarily. Is it that good or something? Yeah, see you. I don't know, that seemed like a pretty short goodbye. Cove turned to you and smiled slightly. Bye, Amy. You hugged Cove goodbye, you patted Cove on the back, you nudged Cove's shoulder, you ruffled Cove's hair, or you waved. A hug or hair? Hug or hair? Teasing or a genuine goodbye? Okay, let's ruffle. I don't know. We usually don't get a chance to ruffle Cove's hair, so let's do that. You ruffled Cove's hair while smiling, tossing it with affection. Cove laughed and then put his hand in your hair. He ruffled it back, and you could feel it start to stick in weird ways. Nice. You looked at his hair, and it's chaos. I think it looks good. Yours too.
Dude.
Seriously, dude? We'll have to hang out later. I'm gonna miss you during school. He offered Cove a high five, and the boys clapped their hands together. Cove and his dad left soon after that. Your parents started cleaning up the house, and Elizabeth was still chatting to her friends on the phone. It was just you and Derek left. He elected to stay outside in the front of the house to wait for his dad to pick him up. You decided to keep your guest company, although he was originally Cove's visitor. Oh my god, but you're so right. Yeah. Guys, I make the decisions around here. A light summer breeze blew through your hair, and Derek shifted his weight from foot to foot. Thanks for waiting with me. He kicked the ground distractedly.
Well,
That's still gonna be a while, so do you want to go for a walk? Oh, well, I guess this is the goodbye scene. Apparently, since we don't see you again for, like, a while, sure, why not? Okay, because, like, I don't remember hanging out with Derek that much at all, so, like, I don't think there's gonna be a lot in this. Sounds great. One last trip for the day. The two of you walked down the street, just wandering without a destination planned. It was a quiet stroll, too quiet for Derek being the company. You turned to him when you had noticed that he hadn't said a word. That was unusual. Derek always had something he could chat about. You weren't sure if you should ask about it. Oh my god, don't tell me like Derek has a crush on me or something. Because I'm with Cove right now. Somehow, you ended up at the old park near the beach. You glanced over to Derek once more, still expecting him to say something any second now. However, nothing came from him. In fact, now you notice a frown creeping on his face. Are you gonna leave the town too? Or, like, you're moving? This feels weird because, like, we haven't hung out with Derek that much, like, Derek smiled when he realized you were watching. At least his mouth was turned up. There wasn't anything that really felt happy in the expression. Are you leaving us? I mean, that's what Barry said, so... Is he gonna die? He turned away, and the smile fell off his face. Oh, he does like us, doesn't he? His eyes stared intently at the ground, and you raised an eyebrow. Is everything okay? If you want to talk about something, I'm here. Derek, what's going on? You kept quiet. Oh my gosh. No! No! I'm gonna have to break Derek's heart for Rick. Literally, I literally kissed a Cove today. Oh my gosh, you know what that would mean? If earlier we accidentally blurted it out, Derek would have felt awful. Okay, is everything okay? If you want to talk about something, I'm here. I'm here to talk about it. Oh my gosh. I'm a little sad. It's just with school starting back up again, it's gonna be harder to visit. I'm gonna have homework and clubs and practices and everything else.
This sucks.
It really sucks we go to different schools. And then Barry said we don't get to see you again either. Oh my gosh. His face screwed up, and his fists were closed tightly together. This was really concerning him. What if we don't have time? Let's be optimistic. We'll make time. We can talk over the phone and have plans for weekends. It'll be okay. Derek looked up the sky. It was orange and purple with little wisps of clouds scattered around. A plane flew high with a jet stream trailing from behind. Then he turned to the ground again. Derek's face was tilted far enough down that it was harder to read his expression. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hey, Amy. I actually wanted to talk to you about something, if you don't mind. There's a pause, and you waited for him to finish his thought.
Sorry.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to let him down slowly. Very slowly. I was just kind of wondering, do you like guys at all? Like, would you ever want to be with someone who was a boy? Sorry if that's weird to ask. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh my gosh, I hate this. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Derek. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to respond. Frick. Oh, this feels like torture. I need to let him down slowly. Because I know what he's trying to go for, but I kind of want to see him confess to me too. Intent for it. I know, you're right. This is like the worst question to ask. Derek, we barely hang out with each other. I could be with a guy, maybe, I don't know. You didn't answer him. I kind of don't want to talk. I'm gonna be honest. I don't... I'm gonna be honest. I am very uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about this with Derek. And the thing about Derek is, Derek still looks like a kid to me. I know, puberty. He like, when he grows up, he looks better. Like, adult. Like, you know, older. But like, I don't want to talk about this with you, Derek. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Sorry for the random question. It's okay. You're the like, I'm sorry. Are you mad at me? You shook your head. It was alright to just ask someone, and he didn't push anything. He looked relieved. I mean, I can't have that 10-year hack thing you're saying, Barry. I already have Cove, and Cove, and Cove. Like, there's no room for Derek, unless Derek is fine with me marrying Cove, and Derek's a side piece. Cool. I hope we'll always be friends, no matter what. Yeah. Hey, I'll invite you to the wedding. How about that? Even if we don't see each other for a long time, or if we get really busy, I still hope... He cut himself off and met your eyes. There's something serious to him, seriously worried that you'd fall out of a friendship. Hey, we could still be friends. Friends I'm okay with. Yeah, like, the thing is, Derek, like, he still looks like a kid, Rick. Yeah. I'm sorry, Derek. I don't want to give him... Okay, let's see. I hope so too. I want to be friends forever. Knocking it at home that I don't want to be, like, you know, we're always going to be friends. I don't know what's coming. You nodded silently. I'll be friends forever. And no room for anything more than that. Cove? Not Cove. See, I'm thinking so much of Cove in a Derek moment. Derek, you had no chance. You had no chance with this. Derek smiled, mostly to himself. He seemed a little more like the usual. There's 4 different points? Dang, is there more after this? I mean, and you said we don't get to see him much in step 3. So, like... I just, like, completely missed Derek's points. Oh, wait, was one of them... when the sandcastle... Because I remember, or was the sandcastle with Shiloh, or was it with Derek? See, I can't even remember any memories with Derek. That's how bad it is. Derek, you had no chance. You're not even on the cover of the game either. Then for sure, we have to make the most of next year. Then the year after that, and the year after that. Hey, I'm happy to know you too, Derek. As a friend. He rambled on for a while about things. We'll just make the most of every year. Right. You smiled and felt like your friendship was still strong. You didn't spend much longer at the park after that. Derek didn't want to miss his dad, so you both made your way back to your street. Oh, clarifying questions. Okay, got it. I'm sorry. This is not our life beginning as always with Derek. This is with Cove. Hey, maybe if I ever get the DLC, we could go your route. But not at the moment. After Derek went back home, you decided to settle in for the night. Stretching your arms over your head, you noticed that the living room and the phone were free. I don't want to call... well, you know what? Let's call Lee, because everyone gets an appearance by that. Everyone gets an appearance into this last segment of our, last bit of the step. You picked up the receiver and quickly punched in the familiar number while going to take a seat on the couch. Soon enough, after explaining the situation to the housekeeper, Lee answered, "Dang, you're rich if you have a housekeeper."
Hey!
Hey! Hi, Lee, can you talk? Definitely. We practically have to. My gosh, can you believe it's almost time for school to start? What happened to our summer? School starts first thing tomorrow for me.
Boo!
Ew, and I thought starting next week was bad enough. Enjoy your last week. Dang, you have another week of summer break. Lucky. Oh, I will. I hope you'll survive your first day. Me too. I need a good year. Ditto. And at least summer was nice while it lasted, right? We were busy. Yeah. Fondly thought about all the best moments you made this summer. Lee was there for some, but there were so many you hadn't filled her in on yet. Oh, he has more brothers? Dang, to me it's crazy because he's tiny. But he has even younger brothers. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's not like when you know someone young and then you see younger siblings of them. I realize we're also the younger sibling because Elizabeth's our older sibling, so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that thought process, honestly. Fondly, you thought about all the best memories you made this summer, and Lee was there for some, but there's so many you hadn't filled her in on yet. You reminisce about a moment of your summer, or you moved on to talk about her. Let's talk about you, because... Lee, this is your moment right now, because I don't know, we're gonna see you on the next step or whatever, but yeah. What was your big highlight of the summer, Lee? Talking to you is always the best part of my summer. Even though it was just a phone call, you just knew that Lee was winking at you. You laughed, you shook your head. Come on, tell me. Good, I'm glad you picked the right answer. Yeah, I am the best. That had Lee laughing hard for a few moments. Alright, okay. So a high point for me was when I took a trip with my parents to Europe. That was amazing. You and Lee continued to go over your adventures until both of you were yawning to each other over the phone. Oh my god, that's so cute. Wait. Jorge, his 10-year-old brother, end up being friends with Elizabeth. Jorge and Elizabeth. We need someone to bring her down. Elizabeth down. Before you go, there's one other thing. I told Cove I had a crush on him today. Before you go, there's one other thing. I kissed Cove today. I can't tell Lee. I can't tell Lee. Because what if Lee tells everyone? I'm keeping the secret too until we publicly open our share our relationship, because I don't want anyone knowing this information if it's not from either me or Cove. You knew word about what happened. We'll get to Lee, but you didn't want to bring it up now. Eventually. You'll get it eventually, Lee. At the at that, you decide it was time to say goodbye for now, and you did have school to wake up for in the morning. I think Jorge and Elizabeth are like creative names though. Annoying, but creative. Bye, Lee.
Bye.
Night, Amy. Talk to you later. You left the phone on the side of the table for now. Looking at the clock on the wall, you saw that there was only about 10 minutes until your moms would be insisting you had to go to bed so you could be rested enough for school. You stretched your legs out on the couch and sighed in defeat, watching the minute hand change 1 minute closer to bedtime. You rearranged yourself, feeling restless, and looked out the window. Startled initially, you spot a figure out in the hills. It was Cove. When the surprise faded, you realized it really wasn't that much of a shock at all. It was exactly something Cove would do. I just left him alone? No, that's my boy. Okay, you went outside to meet him. You ran off to go see him. You smacked the window to get his attention. You opened the window to call him. Let's see. I mean, these are basically the same. Yeah, let's go see him. Sprinting, you reached the front door in record time. You didn't think you'd see Cove again that day. You had to go to him. Oh, I hope school goes well for you, Barry. Honestly, after this whole segment, we'll probably end the stream though, to be honest, because I too have some studying of my own to do. So, yeah. But I can't wait to start step 3 next time. When you arrived, you noticed how many fireflies were out that night. They drifted along lazily, barely minding your presence as you wadded through to reach the top of the hill. Yeah, I need to study really hard. I don't know, it's not sticking as well. Like, I'm trying, but I'm getting so demotivated. It's awful. Cove turned towards you as you approached, and you noticed right away that Cove looked happy to see you. Hey. You had a bounce in your step. You weren't sure how long you'd get before your moms roped you back inside for bed. Thank you, and good luck on your studies too. Hey, you're starting strong. Out late on the very first school night of the year. Chuckling, Cove crossed his arms. Seriously, what are you doing here? Nothing, not really. Are you sad? He shrugged, seemingly unhappy with his own answer. You stared at him, waiting for him to continue. Well, I guess I was feeling kind of weird about stuff, so I'm getting some fresh air before bed. Let's see. You should go to sleep. I know how you feel. I feel good. You feel better. You shrugged back or you nodded. I hope you feel better, man. His mouth pulled into a bent smile. He spoke so quietly that you almost missed it. I think I will. Cove let himself fall back onto his butt and then all the way down, so he was laying on his back. He looked up at the sky. I could sit on his chest. Wait. I think that's just funny. Asserting dominance by sitting on him. You laid yourself down yourself, you sat in the grass. I could just sit on him. He made himself a pretty available seat with the way he was laid out. You found yourself square in the middle of his torso. Oh, Amy. He jolted up in surprise, though couldn't get far with you on top of him. He flopped right back into the grass. With a huff, he just gave up on being shocked. Fine. I just bully him and he just takes it. This is so sad. You snickered in a self-satisfied way. He had been lost in thought, or was possibly waiting for you to situate yourself, but he started speaking unprompted again.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for being kind of awkward when my mom was leaving. Surprised, you stared at him a moment. You weren't expecting that. I just want you to know that I talked to my dad about how I felt, and things are okay. It's okay now. You were genuinely glad to hear that, and it brought a small smile to your face, but your thoughts quickly wandered back to the first day you met Mr. Holden. Did his dad confess about that? From the way Cove talked, you guess he hadn't. So there was more Cove and his dad should talk about, but it was a relief to know that they had made a start. Yeah, I wonder, I don't know. If I was choosing my crush, I would like fold. So I would just fold. Now's not a good time to bring it up. To bring up what you're thinking, though, you could wait longer to say it. It was almost unbelievable how much of an impact he made on your life just by moving in next door. You couldn't even imagine what your days might have looked like in a world where you hadn't met him. Cove glanced back at you, waiting for a response, and you had no idea what to say. Then, still without a word from you, Cove gave an exaggerated shrug. What? It's you. Huh? He snickered before answering. He looked thoroughly amused with your reaction. That's what you do all the time, so I'm being you. What? What do you mean you're being me? What? Do I shrug? You do that all the time too, so do you, Cove. You're a son who knows enough to take note. I don't do it that much. Not being able to argue with an assessment, you accepted it. You felt bashful about his joke. So do you. You do it too, man. Really? Yes, always. Cove couldn't help but grin at that. Honestly, there weren't many people you could think of who would tease you about something like that. Returning a smile, you realized there's no denying that you two have been around each other for a long time. Cove broke the quiet before it could fully settle.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you then. That's it? No romantic thingy? With a final wave, Cove headed... Wait, wasn't I sitting on Cove? So, like, I had to get up off of Cove, and then he got up. With a final wave, Cove headed for home, but he stayed there for a few minutes longer. Your mind kept going back to his simple statement, see you tomorrow. No matter how much was changing around you, there were some things in your life that always seemed to remain true. The hills felt warm to you that night. Before you knew it, you were getting comfortable under the covers in your room. Your mind couldn't help but still be buzzing with thoughts about the future. It was hard not to think about Cove. There hadn't been enough time to really figure it out after what happened between you. You felt... excited. Wait, let me just read that one more time to make sure I got the feel of it. Yeah, I'm just excited, yeah. There was little doubt in your mind that things were moving forward. Yeah, all according to the plan. And you couldn't wait to find out what changes were waiting for you on the horizon. Slowly, your eyes grew heavy as you drifted off to sleep, your mind spinning with wishful thoughts. No matter what happened next, you could only hope that you would make the most out of it. You're ensnared in a dream when a noise from outside the world jostled you. Wait, is he outside my window? Your eyes snapped open. The light clattered continued. Now that you were more alert, you could distinguish it as a tapping sound. Quiet, slow, but persistent. Yes, okay. This is the romantic moment I was waiting for. Each beat was like being poked. You couldn't ignore it. You lifted your head from the pillow and looked for the source. Not much was needed to puzzle it out. It was from the window. With that, you knew exactly what it was. From the color of the light filtering into your room, it was too early for anyone to be awake, including the sun. It had barely hauled itself over the horizon, but that didn't stop some people, it seemed. You sat up in your bed and opened the window wide. Cool air, not yet warmed by the sun, tickled your face as it pushed into your room. And just as you expected, there was your neighbor, crouching on your windowsill. He was fully dressed, though not for school. Ah, he was wearing a wetsuit and a shy smile. Wait, did you go surfing?
Amy.
Hi, Amy. You stared back, blinking. So technically, we won't be back to school for a few more hours. This feels so romantic! Oh my gosh, he just whisks me away to go to see the ocean. His voice was delicate, yet deliberate, each word a careful explanation. Classes haven't actually started yet, so do you want to hit the beach with me one more time this summer? Always, here we go again. It's way too early, Cove. You're crazy. Cove, you're so cute. You gave a decisive nod. Here you go again. Seriously. Your comment was half-hearted, and you both knew it. Only Cove would think of something like this, and that was part of what made him special to you. Cove chuckled conspiratorially, his smile widening. You rushed to get changed into something more suitable, while Cove climbed down to ground level. Your limbs, still half asleep, struggled somewhat as you attempted to coordinate them into a swimsuit, but you got there in the end. Soon you tiptoed out of your front door, clutching a towel. Cove was already there to greet you. Dang. I guess I would hate this in real life, because I like my sleep. I like my sleep a lot. Your eyes met. Cove's gaze darted to your destination and back to you. You checked the door was closed and gave him a thumbs up, and the two of you leapt into action. Wordlessly, you began to run down the familiar path ahead, Cove beside you. The thrill of your illicit outing made you want to laugh. Not that you dared. If anyone in your family looked out and saw you, then your summer would be back to being over. One glance at Cove told you that he was exactly the same, holding back snickers for fear of being heard and caught. The towel streamed out from under your arm, like a cape. You were running so fast downhill that simply keeping your balance and not tumbling down was a real threat. It just wasn't enough of one to make you It just wasn't enough of one to make you slow your pace. For every step you took, the beach was a little closer, and the day a little brighter. Yeah. Is it romantic? Yes. But I'm tired. Don't do this at the middle of the night. My lay head for you would arrive, and you were happy to meet it. So like, if you do come to my window, do it in the afternoon, so I'm way better, like, you know, way better equipped. In between. Okay. So, let's see. Anything we want to change? No. No, definitely not. No hair. I'm good with that. I don't have any birthmark. I have rosy cheeks, as you can see here. Freckles. I don't have acne. This is probably gonna be like we're in high school, so I did get glasses in high school. So let's see. I got rectangular ones. Yeah, that one. That one. Oh my god, I could get glasses matching Cove. Like, you know, we both glasses twins or something. This one or this one? Yeah, this first one. Or the second one? Okay, first one. Okay. Earrings. I mean, if you want earrings, I never got my ears pierced, so they're normal. Dang, that's a lot. My lips are still pretty thin. Let's see. Birthmarks, scars, freckles, no. Clothing type is still shirt and pants. Yeah, I only do necklace. Wait, I did get braces in high school. I did get braces. Oh my gosh, wait, so let's add some braces on. Oh my gosh, I turned into a nerd. Like, I had the glasses, I had the braces. Rings? I don't do rings. But I don't do rings. I don't like things on my finger. A headscarf? No, I don't wear a headscarf. Nail length? Long. I actually have long nails. I grow them long. Nail color? Honestly, it's just plain. Nose ring? Oh my god, you can see a little nose ring right there. But yeah, okay, this is me. I got some glasses and braces. Turned into a freaking nerd. Done. Oh my god, I can't wait to see the Cove. So I am extremely direct with Cove about everything. And we can move from crush to love. Let's go. Yes. Okay. I don't decorate them. I just let them grow. I don't know. A bunch of people say it's gross, so I can see why. I can't wait to see what Cove looks like. Let's see what Cove looks like, and then we'll end the stream. Oh wait, begin step 3. No, actually, you know what? No. We're gonna keep it a surprise. We're gonna keep it a surprise, and the next time we do our life, we're gonna just go into it. So, let's go to the other just chatting screen. And that was our life. Guys, we did it. We did it. We got Cove. We got in the bag. Okay, so we don't have to try anymore. No, I'm gonna still try and be direct to him, but like, we don't have to, like, he knows, he gets the hint. He finally got the hint that we like him. So I think we're good in that aspect. So, yeah. And that will be it. I can't wait to play Set Free. I don't know. I think we're just gonna keep playing Our Life because I love playing Our Life. Yeah. Marriage. I can't wait to reach marriage. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna wear. Why wear a wedding dress when I can wear? I can put Cove in a wedding dress and I can wear the suit because I wear the pants around here. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to attend. It makes me really happy, and I appreciate it. Yeah, good. Yeah, the interview. I'm gonna study immediately after this and eat because I'm hungry. But yeah, thank you so much for the good luck and stuff. So yeah, see you guys next week. So thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it, and may you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.